I'm so glad I didn't listen when they said I couldn't do it. I'm so glad I didn't listen when they said I couldn't do it. I'm so glad. 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 I'm so glad I didn't listen when they said I couldn't do it. I'm so glad I didn't listen when they said I couldn't do it. I'm so glad I didn't listen when they said I couldn't do it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. GS. So I praise him to the highest. Instead of me causing a riot, I carry this book and I'm biased. Tell your pride to go on a diet. They say if you break it, then buy it. He broke me and then he bought me. I'm here, so don't even try. I went to the west, making disciples. I keep respect cause I came through. I kept it pushing. Could've gave up from the pressure, but homie, I ain't you. I look at my phone, I read what they said about me, but they know it ain't true. They talk about money. I wasn't chasing the bag, but I'm at the bank too. Let me count this up real quick. I'm doing Jesus in the building. I'm doing finish line, gon' snap the ribbon. I brought death to the Lord, now I'm living. Got a baddie from my daddy, now I'm chillin'. Lit. I'm with the king and we locked up. You wanna smoke, we popped up. I see what you got, that's my stuff. With this kind of flow, get mopped up. God is amazing, not us. This is prayer, not luck. I'm content, not stuck. No compromise. Glad I didn't listen when they said I couldn't do it. I'm so glad I didn't listen when they said I couldn't do it. I'm so glad. 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 I'm so glad I didn't listen when they said I couldn't do it. I'm so glad I didn't listen when they said I couldn't do it. I'm so glad. 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 I'm so glad I didn't listen. I'm too busy in the kitchen, whipping like I'm on a mission, living like I got a vision, working like I'm on commission. Took a shot and I ain't missing. Ain't no luck and I ain't wishing. Blind faith in the blizzard. Yeah, through the rain, God still reigns. Had growing pains, but still did it. Nothing changed, God running things, no compromise. Yeah, I'm with it. Haters without my grind, but they never stop at my shine. I'm wearing my watch every day. I'm never wasting my time. My ladder is greater, my dad is my savior. I'm glad that I'm favored, cause Jesus, he paid it. Was beaten and hated, got killed and berated. 3 days so elated, he rose and he made it. Vacated the grave, no longer a slave. I made in his image whenever they mention what I couldn't do. Attention was missing, cause I didn't listen. I listened to you, God. Glad I didn't listen when they said I couldn't do it. I'm so glad I didn't listen when they said I couldn't do it. I'm so glad. 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 I'm so glad I didn't listen when they said I couldn't do it. I'm so glad I didn't listen when they said I couldn't do it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
For the court date, feast of family. Asking for forgiveness and not permission. Will you sing your pawn or you sing?
I've been a less ride, you know what's up. Make moves, then we slide. Put that on us. We got the best side. Pull up on us. You know it's on side. Pull up the truck. Hop in a let's ride. You know what's up. Make moves, then we slide. Put that on us. That's on the west side. Fill up the cup. Water on the inside. I got the jug from the most high. You know what's up. We make moves, then we slide. And I'm feeling so good. I got grace, you know it. In my bag, on my grind, I'm a threat, you know it. Don't waste all your time, don't look back, just do it. I don't want your girl, I got mine, yours choosing. Put that on us. We got the best side. Pull up on us. You know it's on side. Pull up the truck. Hop in a let's ride. You know what's up. Make moves, then we slide. Put that on us. We got the best side. Pull up on us. You know it's on side. Pull up the truck. Hop in and let's ride. You know what's up? Make moves, then we slide.
Yeah, making the moves when I speak. I'm never capping on beats. I'm in a whole nother league. This pressure is not for the weak. I talk to my God, then I go. He my connect to increase. I'm walking, I jumped out the boat. 100% with the keeps. I'm never judging, I came from the greatest. My neck is unfrozen, you know I got peace. Ain't no debating, it's not for discussion. My God is amazing, not taking a seat. I'm never folding, my numbers are golden. She know how to hustle, boss up and repeat. Please don't hit me on some, can I get with you? I'm leaving to me and I'm pushing the Jeep on us. We got the best side. Pull up on us. You know it's on side. Pull up the truck. Hop in and let's ride. You know what's up. Make moves, then we slide. Put that on us. We got the best side. Pull up on us. You know it's on side. Pull up the truck. Hop in and let's ride. You know what's up. Make moves, then we slide. Put that on us.
Yeah, it's about that time, you already know. Turn the speakers up, man, it's time to stop the show. Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, DJ Jeremiah. We bringing the heat, man, this joint be fire like, bruh. We in the field, we in the field, bruh. We in the field, we in the field. Just put it in work, we raising the bar. You tuned in to the track stars.
Yo, what's back? This your man LaCoy, aka Crazy Clay over the Bond Servant. Right now, you listening to the Track Stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, and Jeremiah. I see you, boy. Hold it down. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the field with the Track Stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right, for all things Track Stars, make sure you go to trackstarswithaz.com. Follow us on Instagram, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right.
All right. Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the
Good,
universe.
man. Good. How about you?
Good, good. We got Rick Sincere with us today. How you doing, sir?
Chilling, bro. Chilling. Happy to be in the building as always, man, with my Track Stars family. It's always a great day when I'm here.
Anyway, so we we have a great show for you guys today. Make sure you share this with everybody you know. Invite them in. We're trying to make this a special event every week since we can't go nowhere for real. So we got a good show for you today. Let's start off with talking about your boy, John Gray.
What about him?
So John Gray was caught cheating on his wife again.
Man.
And so basically, I wish I could show you a video.
How deep is that wish?
Not too
Very.
deep. It was just a
Like wish like a
Very deep.
Is it painstakingly deep? Is it like, oh, I'll show you that video?
It's a slight wish that I had to share this video.
You know who kept you from showing it?
Jesus.
Lord.
Illuminati.
The Lord.
The Illuminati.
Man.
Nah, they're laughing because they think I'm mad that I can't find the video. But here's the deal. So there was a video of him talking to his mistress with his son in the back seat, basically saying, she don't cook, she feed him pizza every day, can't wait to get your,
His
cooking.
wife.
And
His wife doesn't do that.
Yeah, and he was talking about her coming with him to Cabo or something like that. So she released those videos and then it went viral. But somehow that video is completely gone from the internet. Completely gone. From YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. I have never seen anybody be able to scrub a video the way I've seen this video get scrubbed in my life. I have ideas on how you can do it if you're ever interested, but the video is completely gone. But here is him talking about the aftermath of it, getting caught officially for the second time. I don't know if it's really the second time, but this was his response to it.
But I want to take a moment today to give a bit of context and clarity around the message that you're about to receive. Over the past days, there have been any number of stories in blogs and social media about me. And I believe that the body of Christ and those who are leaders are to be held to a higher standard according to Scripture. And a part of today's message speaks to those places that have been swirling. I want to make it clear that though my conversational and emotional breaches are wrong, this was not physical or sexual. I've only ever been with one woman, that is my wife. But the areas where I have missed the mark do not absolve me of responsibility. But I wanted to give you context and clarity so that you can receive this message the way God intends for it to be received. It is my prayer that God would allow your heart to be open and your spiritual ears to be attentive to what he's saying to the church. Let my life be an example to you of how God wants integrity and holiness to be the calling cards of his leaders. To my wife, I love you. I honor you today for loving me, for walking with me, not only in therapy, but for the insight that you've given me to begin to do the work as we have been doing for some time now, but to continue in that process. Thank you, Aventer. I love and honor you, and I thank God for you and our children. And to the Relentless Church, may the very best days of our church be in front of us, because they are certainly not behind us. God bless you. Now let's go to church.
All right, so that is what John Gray said, and then it went into a sermon they played where he was apologizing more and kind of talking about how he I'm trying to put it. So like we said about Jerry Falwell last week, we've kind of seen this before. So when I hear things, I want to point out to you, kind of like I don't know his heart, I don't know where he is, but it just sounds familiar. I'll just say that. You kind of put the pressure of the sin back on the people in the audience to be like, y'all ain't gonna forgive, y'all don't see a broken man, that kind of thing, and that's always just comes off a little manipulative to me. I think if you're sincere, you just need to go away. Just go away.
Yeah,
go away for a little while. Even if you decide to come back, which I don't think you should, just need to apologize and go away. I think the trying to tug on your forgiving heartstrings is kind of manipulative. But anyway, what do y'all think about John Gray number 2?
So the thing that I think is interesting, right, is how he just laced that whole message with God. If you've made a mistake and you've done something wrong, man, own up to it. Just own up to it. Like, this is what God wants to see the church do. This is how God is using me. This is how God is. Like, bro, you messed up. You know it. And then he's talking about this hasn't been physical. I don't know any dude that's going to talk to a girl and be like, yo, get your bikini, we're going to Cabo, and it not be physical. Like, how does that even happen, right? So it's not like that was his first chance or first attempt to try to like cheat on her with this particular person, because if you're going to Cabo with them, you've already probably tested the waters out, right? So it's just a lot that's in there that I'm just like, man, I wish that people would have I think a lot of times that they're putting on more of a show for us than they actually are for God. Like, they're literally saying, okay, I'm gonna get on here and say what I need to say and this, that, and the other. I'm gonna lace it with a lot of God stuff. And when I turn the cameras off, they better be happy with it. You see what I'm saying? That's the way it comes off. And when he's talking about his wife, to my wife, I love you, da-da-da-da. Like, man, it's crazy. Thank God that I've never had to issue an apology like that before. And I pray to God that I never have to for any reason whatsoever. But the way it comes off is like, yo, like, you're not really, man, it's hard. It's hard to understand where his heart is right now, because a lot of it has to do with publicity, right? Negative press, the fact that, this could ruin his career, his ministry. And then a lot of it has to do with, I am somewhat of a household name, so let me protect my reputation, So I think it's a lot going on there, where we've seen people who've issued out, sincere apologies and have made mistakes before. And then they get to the point where they're like, okay, let me fix this. Let me step down. Let me do this. Let me do that. But this to me is like, just give the people what they want. Like, it's like a PR person pulling the strings behind a closed curtain, like, say this, say that, here's what we wrote it for you, that sort of thing. So
y'all know what, I am mad. You know why? You know why? You know why? Because he gonna have all our wives looking at us sideways like, you doing this too?
Look,
Yeah,
I ain't
you
gonna
better
front
not.
with you. I ain't gonna front with you. I
You
was
doing
I
this
was just
too?
listen while I was hearing about this situation. My
Why?
wife while I was hearing about this, my wife every now and again, you know, she had something to say to me, and I'm like, why would she think I could be capable of anything? You know what I mean? And it's probably because of situations like this, brother. Anyway,
Yeah.
listen, he came out right and said that it wasn't sexual. Hey, look, there's people out there, and I don't know if y'all pay attention to guys like Larry Reed Live, but he said there's different stories that contradict this whole not sexual situation, right? And so I don't think he, like, everybody out there, especially Beats by Christian, he is not for it today, apparently.
Oh wow. Oh no.
But everybody out there, man, every one of y'all, every one of us can see that this is nonsense. Like you can't feed us this and allow us to, like, you know, just say we're gonna eat this up. We're not eating this up. This is not real.
So he can't emotionally cheat?
He can emotionally cheat. If that's what you're doing, right? Then that's what you're doing. Okay,
Yeah,
but you ain't
there's
doing
physical
that.
there. Yeah.
You ain't doing that. Like if you going to, like Ryan said, right? You ain't going to Cabo, right? You ain't going to Cabo for the emotions. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Emotions in the oceans.
Well,
Yeah,
I think that's one of those things where the conversation has to talk about going from like physically cheating versus emotionally cheating, because I don't think people talk about that, because even emotionally cheating is even what Jesus was talking about, like even if you think about it, or even if you
look,
or if you
Yeah,
or
big
you know what I'm
fact.
saying. So it's one of those things where you gotta ask those questions, like how you know, am I going from emotional cheating to physical cheating? You know what I mean? Or is it just I'm emotionally involved with somebody? Because we've had people say that before. I've heard that before. Somebody
Excellent.
and had a relationship and said, "Yo,
But
I was
here's the
emotionally
thing.
with that person." I'm
Here's
not
the
saying he
thing.
is doing that, but
he's saying that because he, in your brain, is trying to get you to say this is better than physically cheating. It's
Yeah.
not better.
yeah,
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
He's
you're trying to distinguish it like it's like, oh, but at least I didn't. No, it's like,
yeah, at least I
that's
didn't take
just
my
as
clothes
bad.
off. Right.
It's
Yeah.
just as bad.
Right.
So,
But we know too the fact we know too that, you know, the person on the podcast last week said, or whoever had this video, there was a woman saying, "Hey, I've exchanged photos with John Gray. I got the pictures to prove that I've had those photos. I've even sent photos of myself." People aren't going to just admit that they sent photos of themselves if they really didn't do that stuff, right? Like that doesn't make any sense. So we know that there is a physical part to this whole thing, and we know that it's sexual, and you can't say that it's not. So to me, I don't know, man. Just I don't know. You know, I know John Gray personally, right? Y'all know that?
No, we didn't know that. Drop that.
Okay.
What you talking about?
So John Gray used to run with Coco Brother over at 107.9.
Okay.
Sean, you were there when we were both
I met
there at
him.
the same
I met
time.
him. Yeah.
We met
yeah. I
John
met
Gray.
him plenty of times. He's been
Yeah,
always
he used to
cool
come to
me.
Destiny. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the thing is that, you know,
Excellent.
before he
Excellent.
had
Excellent. There you go, Sean. There you go.
But you
know
can say
that
it
he's
don't exist
always
no more.
been
Huh?
I said you can say it don't exist no more.
Hey, man, excellence always exists, man.
Okay.
In our heart.
In our hearts.
Oh yeah, you missed last week's episode, Rick. You should have been on to piggyback on their stories, because I was just kind of sitting here in silence. Like, I don't want to get sued for defamation of character, but I'll be silent.
Hey, man, if it's true, it's true. Continue.
But yeah, so all I'm saying is we've known John Gray for a while, right? And so the initial intent of his heart wasn't to blow up and be famous. I mean, he was always a comedian. He was a funny guy. He's a you know, a personable
I'm gonna
person.
come back to that. Put a pin in that. Keep going.
Yeah, but you could see it developing, right? You could see that developing. I don't know what y'all knew, but I know when you have closed door conversations with a person, you get to know them without the cameras being on, right? And so all I'm saying is I've gotten to know him without the cameras being on. Do I recall any of those conversations? Not so much. Like I can't quote any words that he actually said in that conversation, but to me, it's like this kind of stuff develops in you as, you know, your platform gets bigger and the enemy starts to take over and you forget who you're serving.
Do y'all think he I know our call was kind of crazy on Thursday night. But do you guys think that him and his wife is like, do he want to be with his wife, or do they just need to work this out?
I think it's time for her to. Well, I don't want to say that outright, but I mean,
Oh yeah.
I'd be chucking the deuces at this point, man. Like this brother's obviously on something different. You know what I mean? Like he's definitely not committed to whatever the situation is. Apparently, right? And if that's the case, then you got the out because this is the out, right?
No,
like,
but what if she want to stick it out? Like I've heard of marriages going through worse stuff through this. Like at my church now, we went to marriage like conferences, and we've heard people's marriages go through stuff 10 times worse than this, and they stuck it out, and their marriages is successful now. So that's the question I'm asking.
Yeah,
but you know what? They don't have that spotlight, Jeremiah. Like
they did. They did have the spotlight, even hotter than this.
They can turn on. You can turn on social media and see somebody talking about your marriage who doesn't know you. That's how that couple was.
I'm talking about it was the couple I'm talking about was back in the day.
Hey, drop the name. Go ahead. Who is it?
Well, I mean, I'm
being funny. Don't do that.
One day they'll be on the show. I'll show y'all what's the name. But
I'm just trying to trap you.
I'm just saying that I've heard people talk about their marriages going through. Both people cheated. Both people did stuff that they went through counseling. Their marriage got stronger, and they kept going, and now they're a happily married couple.
Yo, somebody said, look at Will and Jada. That ain't the goal. Bad marriage for life. Bad marriage for life just ain't the goal. Like that's not what we here for. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Not cool. Like
that's a different type of marriage.
That's what they did, but that ain't it. Like I know. Look at Will and Jada. I don't want to look to Will and Jada for happiness. Apparently they're not happy. But
that's a different marriage.
Look, all I'm saying
community
is
marriage.
It
takes a village marriage.
Yo, so at the end of the day, man, like she has the out. Like you know,
yeah, she does.
Bible wise, she has the out. Take it. Yeah. I don't want to
understand. Y'all understand? Like
take it.
One of those examples that you gave, you said where a husband cheated on a wife and the wife cheated on the husband. That may not be happening in this situation, right? She may just be like, I found my man of God. I waited on him. He found my man of God found me. I waited on him, you know, whatever. I'm in a committed marriage. And if it's one-sided, that is another type of pain. Like when
I get it.
Dishing out the dirt, that's one thing. But when it's one-sided, that's a whole nother type of pain.
No, I get it.
I think that's embarrassing for her more than anything. Think about it. Everybody you know knows your situation is like calling you saying, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad for you. You know, that's embarrassing, especially when you're not that type of person. If you don't want to be in the limelight, if you can't deal with the publicity and you don't want the PR stunts, you know, blowing back in your face, that's a hard life to live.
It is. But I think also, and understand what I'm saying. She has the right to leave. Everybody has the right. If you get cheated on, whatever you're married, somebody's abusing you, you feel like you want to leave. But then there's some people who stay and they work on their marriage, and their marriage gets stronger, and their marriage becomes a testimony to other people's marriages. So I'm just saying that I pray for her to say that God give her the right decision to do whatever she does. If she leaves, amen. If she decides to stay, amen. Because their marriage could be a testimony to other people's marriages.
So let me
I don't know.
Let me tell you this. Y'all are gonna get mad at me for this. The universe is gonna blow me up. I don't think John Gray is done. I don't think he's done. I don't think he's done.
You don't think he's done cheating? Why would they be mad at you?
Done.
There's evidence to prove what you're saying.
What I'm saying
not
is
done. He's just getting started.
The apology is there, but the heart might not be. If this was my situation, I would disappear from the face of the earth. You wouldn't even hear from me. I'd be like, I'm going to get with Jesus, figure my life out, figure out who I am, start all over again. I don't want to be in the limelight. I don't want to be on social media. But he's still craving that attention. He's still craving that drive from the.
I don't think so. I think he did
a apology video.
Well, because he's a pastor. He has to talk to his congregation, right?
Talk to your congregation on a private channel on Sunday service or something like that.
Maybe that was Sunday service and somebody just took the video and put it online.
You can't do that though. Your situation is public now. You can't go private.
I know your situation is public. That's what I'm saying. Like you still have to craving that limelight.
I mean, Ryan, you're gonna still have to do that anyway, right? You're gonna have to do that anyway. You're gonna have to talk to them anyway. Because you have to preach sermons to them if they apparently gonna stick around, right? You're gonna have to talk to them privately anyway. This was for the public because my information is now public. The video went public. I did whatever I did privately, but that came out in the public, right? So if all this stuff is out in the public, I got to defend myself publicly. I got to play the piano in the background because people got to know that what I'm saying is
I remember those pianos. When I heard them, I was like, I remember those.
I remember those too.
That's when you nod to the piano player like, now's the time. Yes, now. Go ahead and start playing. Thank you.
And then while you playing, and while they playing it,
yes, I'm getting.
And then while they playing it, you make sure they go to them extra emotional keys, so you go like this in the low.
All right, so here's the point I was trying to make earlier. So I was reading about David in the Bible, right? And David, God was saying that David was chosen because he had a heart for God, like he had a pure heart, versus who he was succeeding. And David is a good example of what can happen to you as you progress in life, right? I don't know what was in John Gray's heart back when we were knew him or kind of knew him, but I think everybody needs to check because your heart is deceitful, right? It could lie to you and it could lie to other people, obviously, right?
That's good.
I don't know what was going on with him back then, but I think in a lot of us, all of us, especially people in media, there's a hidden desire to be famous. There's a hidden desire to be wealthy and successful. And that can be the thing that's wrong, even if it's not, because back then me and him were talking about how we were waiting to have sex until marriage. And by all accounts, I don't know if I could trust him now, but he said he did, right? So that was like where I vibed with him. So it's like, okay, that may have not even been his problem back then, but I think that desire to be on TV, to be kind of known as one of the greats, I think a lot of that is in all of us. And look at David's life, right? David was chosen for his pure heart, and then he ended up doing something even worse. He got somebody killed to get with Bathsheba, right? Yeah. So that desire for power and fame and money and this and that, or getting whatever you want, or getting something you never thought you would get when you were single and a virgin. Now you can get whatever you want. You can get fancy cars and whatever woman or whatever. Now you have to turn down more than you used to have to turn down. That desire for fame and power may be too strong now, but that seed was there from the beginning. So I think this is a warning for all of us, is that as you try to progress in your careers, or if you're in media or you're an artist or you're whatever, what's that underlying whisper in here? Is it that you want to be famous? Is it that you want people to know your name? Because I think that's what he's afraid of giving up. That's why he won't just step down, because he still wants to be that guy. I see that.
But I think he, as a comedian, because that's how majority of us on this call knew him as a comedian first. And him coming to, at our church, Word of Faith, I'm sure he was that there doing bits and stuff. I said my church, our former church.
Why you got to put us in?
And your, I said both of us, whatever. So, but I think back then he probably was like, okay, I'm working with the singles ministry at his church. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but my main focus is being a comedian. So I'm getting dates here and there and everything like that. But when you become a pastor, he was one of like the assistant pastors or like some type of pastor at the biggest church in America. That's something huge. And then he started getting his own TV thing, like with Joel Osteen, when he was under Joel Osteen. That's another huge situation. That's literally going from the field to the palace. Literally.
You left out him sitting right side of Donald Trump in that meeting too.
Well, I mean, that was part of that.
I forgot about that.
That was part of that
situation.
That wasn't even part where he was a pastor already. But what I'm saying is going from a comedian to a pastor, a singles pastor because he was singles pastor first at New Birth, if I can remember right, and then he went to Joe Osteen's
started
church.
rising, and I think
didn't he have the thing on OWN too?
Yeah, he was part of that show, The Pastors, wasn't he? Like, wasn't there a show like that?
Yeah, they had like a show like The Real is, but it was like four pastors.
Just about him on OWN network.
But here's the deal. One thing he said that set off alarm bells for me. I think he said somewhere in that sermon or somewhere in there, I heard somebody say that he said that he saw other Christians living this way. So it's like, why can't I live that way? Dang. So he's snitching on somebody, right? If there's a culture of these big time pastors or these big time, famous Christians, the Jerry Falwells, all these people that are major big time Christians, there's a culture of this kind of behavior, and you get to that level and you're like, wait a minute, All these people doing this?
Yeah,
So am I
that's
supposed to be doing it?
Rick mad that somebody from MTMV Sports wrote Trump 2020.
He trying to find out who on my staff wrote that. You fired immediately.
You track stars today, baby. You track stars today. Don't let it go to your head.
Rick, you look mad.
Come back to us. Come back to the light, Rick. Come back to the light.
I am.
You right. Yo, Conrad, what are you doing?
Hey, Rick, you got too many staff members, bro.
You need one person.
But
You
hey,
may
but
be able to rein them in.
So my question
Control
is this a problem, right? Like, are we creating too many Christian superstars where
Rick,
it
it's
becomes more about getting to that position of power, and it becomes getting to that position of money and notoriety more than it is about serving God, right?
Yes,
aren't we
are having that
creating
problem.
that temptation for people by celebrating these people and putting them on stages and worshiping them, their advice and all that stuff? Aren't we kind of doing that?
I don't think we worship. I don't think we worship them. I think we love their gifts so much that it becomes idol to us. It becomes like, oh, that's such and such a comedian. Oh, that's such and such. Especially if you want to go there yourself. So if prime example, if somebody's like, hey, the TRACKSTARZ doing it big, and it's like, we may not feel that way, but somebody who started their podcast a year ago may feel that way. Yeah. So I think at the same time, we and ourselves as people sometimes put people in those places with our hearts and with our emotions and stuff.
Let me ask you this question. Be honest. Has this process of TRACKSTARZ, we've been in it 15 years now, has it changed for you from day one to where it is today? Like, in your heart, in your mind, has anything changed?
Yeah, I'm different now.
Rick got superstar on us, man.
When I think about the fame and the notoriety that I now have, and the following, right?
Yeah.
Fans. You know what I mean? The people who know my name and see me in the street and come up to me and ask me all kind of
you
questions.
You sit at a
man.
table and one of your students from your class is like, "Is that my professor?"
Yeah, it's different now. It's different now. You know what I mean? When I walk around, I mean, the line for line videos alone, right? Thousands upon thousands of views. It's just tough. It's tough, you know.
You just want to go back to your normal life, go to the grocery store without being bothered.
Yeah, I would love that, but you know what? This is the sacrifice we all have made for this platform, and you know what I mean? I'm willing. So,
I'll say this: I don't feel any different, right? Somebody got
no reason to. Ain't nobody care about us.
Yeah, I'm saying. Somebody gives me a compliment, I'm actually embarrassed by it. When somebody compliments us, I'm actually embarrassed by it because I'm like, why are they saying that? We're not that. We don't do this. We aren't that. Whatever. It is tough because here's my thing is that, I still see us in that basement at Clark Atlanta University just talking. And that's the way it always feels. And so when people say that about you and you're looking around like, yo, where is that? Where are you seeing this? How is this happening? And I'm not seeing it happen, right? Yeah. To me, but the things that have changed me, I think the things that have progressed or have gotten to me are, the level of responsibility. I'm not as gung-ho to do certain things like I was when, we had time and we had energy and we had space, So that to me is like the hard part. Like, I'm not trying to get on the website right now and sit down and think, what kind of article can I write? How can I be, inclusive on the writing team? Because that's just not my lane anymore. But for a while, it was just me and Sean. Like, hey man, what you writing about this week? I don't know. What you writing about? I don't know. I'm gonna put something up. You put something up. That was the writing team. Now we have a great staff of writers who influence people and they get that job done, right? And that's not my lane. So I stay away from that. So that to me is the only thing that's changed, is that I'm not willing to jump into every lane just to make content happen. I'm just like, oh, let me stay in the areas where I can be, where I can help TRACKSTARZ progress.
So we don't even have like a tenth of the fame that John Gray has. What is going to prevent us from falling to the same thing if that ever happens to us? You know what I'm saying?
I think you have to realize where your happiness is. My happiness is at home. My wife and my kids, that's where my happiness is. I could be quarantined for the next 5 years with them alone and I'd be okay.
We gotta ask Toya. We gotta ask Toya if that's She got a bit. We got ask Toya. We got ask Toya like, hey, would you feel the same if y'all at the house for 5 years? She'll be
She
like,
about to run in here and knock on the door and be like, don't say that. But what I'm saying is,
the BE
if
show,
if people have to look for happiness outside of the home, if they have to look for it in the fame, if they have to look for it at the Stellar Awards or the Dove Awards or the Grammys, then their happiness is going to be rooted to that success. My happiness isn't rooted to that. Like me and Sean, if you ask us, we've never gone out and tried to buy anything extravagant, even if we had the money. That's just not who we are. We don't care about that kind of stuff, you know? So to us, it's like, this is life, right? Raising kids and having a family and being able to just, you know, do our thing every weekend to talk to people and share what's on our hearts. That to me is happiness. I don't know what else I need.
I think the one thing that's being left out of these conversations is the young women that he's manipulating, regardless of if he's truly sorry or whatever. Yeah. There's young women that get manipulated by people like this all the time.
Yeah.
You have a little power in the church. You use the preacherly language to kind of excuse sin so you can get a picture or a touch or this and that. Women get manipulated by guys like this all the time. And I'm not seeing any kind of remorse towards them, right? Like, where's the remorse to the women that were lured in by John Gray, right? When somebody's in power and they have this position of authority, we saw it happen at our church where there's women were damaged by that guy, right? It wasn't just the women are always painted as like Satan and evil trying to infiltrate on him. No, a lot of this was because he used his power to make them feel like, hey, you know, this is the man of God. I'm just listening to him. I've seen it so many times. So what about them? What about the women that keep getting manipulated by people like this?
I feel bad.
Is that a two-way street?
No.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the other side of the street. We're only talking about
because you're right. We're only talking about John Gray at this point. But yeah, some of them were pursued, right? Some of them were pursued and lied to, right? Where he's basically saying to them that, you know, I'm about to leave my wife or whatever. So they feel like they're in the right place and they're not doing something extremely wrong. Because for one, if the man of God is like, you straight, then some people actually believe they straight. Does that make sense? Yeah. And so, of course, he's manipulating. And if he has enough charisma to go from being, you know, just under somebody, right, like just a talent at the church, to being on, you know, own network, to go from, you know, to being a pastor of a church. Now he's sitting with Donald Trump. That's a lot of charisma, right? So he has that charisma, and of course they're being manipulated. Do I feel bad for them? There's a part of me that does. You know what I mean? There's a part of me that feels bad for them, only because I feel like under that, you know, dealing with that type of charisma can easily, you know, get you manipulated, right? At the same time, they all knew he was married. Yeah. And that was a known thing. And even if he's about to leave his wife, they didn't put themselves in a situation where, you know, they could have said, they know he's still married though, and they could have just waited for that to happen in order to engage in a relationship with him. And of course,
we've seen this ourselves. There's young women that are looking for a man of God, right? Like they're seeking. Know. Listen, hold on. They're seeking for some connection to God, and here comes this guy that sounds like the man of God. He sounds like what they've always been waiting for, and he uses scripture to twist things to make it seem like what they're talking about is okay. And you hear him on stage and people giving him praise, like how wise and how smart he is. And then he uses preacherly language to convince you. I know some of the women that were tricked by things like this.
I know.
I'm telling you, it's
I know him too.
So the point is that I just want to make sure if you're seeking out God, there's so many people waiting to take advantage of that. You have to be about God and God alone. There's too many of these people who are taking advantage of their positions to take advantage of these young women.
I get what you're saying, Sean, because you're right. I think people do use their positions in higher places to manipulate people in general, and you're correct. But at the same time, kind of what Rick just said, that they know he married too. So it's like, how do you?
Yeah, but the weight is on him, not them. Like the Bible says that the preachers that lead his sheep astray is
no, you're correct.
But we're talking about. But listen, Sean. He's getting his fair share right now because we're talking about him mainly. His name is being mentioned. We haven't mentioned one female's name yet, right? So we haven't said any of their names at all. So
that's my point. My point is that they're forgotten in all of this. Like there's other women that have been
forgotten. And forget me.
There's other women that have suffered through the same thing, where they're vilified as they're the demon that came into their marriage and tempted him away from his wife. That's not what goes on in these situations. I've seen it too many times. They use that preacherly language to say, well, Solomon had wives and blah, blah. Like they use the Bible to get what they want. And too many women go into church looking for Jesus. They get this man of God telling them, oh, this is this and this is that. And then they get led astray. I
just think at the same time, you as a pastor can be the devil himself, like you said, a wolf in sheep's clothing. But at the same time, you got to know that one, this man has a wife.
Yeah, but
at the same time, this woman know the first lady. Like,
but all these people aren't like seasoned Christians. You know what I'm saying? Like you may this whole thing may be new to you, and this is the first person you come across.
No, but what I'm saying, cheating is cheating. So regardless if it's whoever is in a church, if you know they got a wife, you be like, well, unless he's pursuing them, like you're saying, then that's totally different. But at the same time,
he is pursuing them. He is pursuing them.
What's happening?
He's pursuing them, but at the same time, they still know he's married. Like,
yeah,
you know
it. But what I'm saying
it's a known thing.
You're not understanding what's happening. There's women who are not a part of the church that are being pulled into the church.
Big facts.
Don't have these same morals that you're talking about. Are getting pulled into the church, genuinely seeking Jesus, and they get manipulated by a man like this to go astray. So you're putting weight on them that they don't have responsibility for yet.
I feel bad for them, but there is a part of them that they have to take responsibility for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can excuse a lot, right? But there's a part that they have to take responsibility for. I'm sorry. It's just true. It's a known thing that he's married. Whether you're in the church or not in the church, you knew he was married. So him being married and you knowing that's a little bit is on you.
Yeah,
a little bit of that is on you.
You're saying it in a way that's like shame on you. I'm saying it in a way,
not shame.
Warning, be careful, watch out.
Responsibility.
Watch out.
Okay,
in a loving way,
I'm
not
with that.
in a judgmental way.
I'm with that. Yeah. I'm with saying watch out. I'm with saying watch out to all women in the future. If you're coming into a situation where you're looking for God and you kind of may run across a guy who's like this, right? So yeah, I understand your warning for those people. So right?
Here's the deal, because this is what I'm afraid of. This is what I'm afraid of. There's too many things that will convince somebody who's interested in God, who's just beginning to get interested in God, where, oh man, these people are liars. They're fake. Look at this guy who said he was a Christian, cheating on his wife. Look at this guy who said he was a Christian, is backing this crazy person in the office. Look at this. How could they really be Christians? This whole thing is fake. I want to make sure they know it is not fake. Just because somebody does this, the people on this call, they're not like that. You see what I'm saying? That it's not, everybody is not like that. And any other guy who's like, oh, well, John Gray did it, or Pastor of Excellence did it, so I need to do it. It's false. That's a false. That's false. You can live the life that God called you to. It's not impossible. And I think that when things like this happen, that becomes like the feeling. And I've seen it. The last church we were at, there were so many guys that I knew when that happened with our pastor, they were like, well, if he can't do it, this whole thing ain't real. Because it's so easy to fake that. It's so easy to fake that anointing that you start looking around. Are all these people faking? This is just a game?
But also, I would say this, but doesn't the scripture talks about work out your own salvation?
Jeremiah, you're talking to people that they're not there yet. That's good for you, but they're not there yet. These are people that are being led by
they don't
guy
see the
they
big
trust.
But what I'm saying is, when you stand before the Lord, he's not going to say the pastor of excellence, John Gray.
Yes,
but that's what I'm saying.
But
so we can't keep giving people an out.
I'm not giving anybody an out, Jeremiah. I'm warning them. I'm warning them. Don't let this get you. That's my point.
No, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Like, be warned. Like, don't follow people who are, when you find out they're a wolf, understand that there's other churches out there that people who are the pastor and they have a good church, that they're not going to do anything to you, harm you. There are other Christian men out there that are faithful to their wives. There are other Christian women out there that are modest women that loves the Lord. There's good examples of that out of the church that you're in.
Some people don't know that.
But what I'm saying is my fear is that we're going to let people stay where they are, and they get in front of the Lord when they die, or if he comes back, they get in front of him, and he's not going to say,
but that's
what about the pastor?
That's the exact opposite of what I'm telling them. I'm telling them, don't let people like this make you think that what God called you to do is impossible. Because that's the feeling a lot of guys get. I don't know about women, but I know there's a lot of guys that got deflated when our pastor did what he did. Because it makes them feel like, man, if that dude can't do it, then nobody can. This is all fake. If he was faking, everybody faking. And I'm telling them, don't let that deter you from the walk you have.
I get that.
That's my
What
point.
does Wakanda have to do with this? Anyway, so
that's me Xing myself out of the conversation. Like,
okay. I was trying to figure that out. But but yeah, Sean, I understand exactly what you're saying, and I understand why you're saying it. I get it, right? Because there's a lot of people who feel like that. Like you feel like, man, if I held that guy at Excellence at a very, very high standard. And when he fell, I was like, wow. Like I defended that person tooth and nail. I'm talking about somebody gave me the what's up like a while ago, and I almost like fought them because I thought that this. I'm serious. I stood there. I was like, yo, this man is for real. There's no way in the world that what you're saying could possibly be true, right? And I had to bite that tongue, and I had to really swallow that for real because it was all true.
No, I feel what you're saying. I think and this is just me speaking, and I'm not saying I'm super mature or anything like that. I just knew that growing up, not in the church, but growing up going to church, and I understood that God is going to talk to me about my relationship with the Lord and him. You know what I'm saying? So I knew even with amongst the fellowship, when it happened the first time, I was like, okay. And then I was like, wow, well, you know, and maybe it was a mistake to get their life together. You know what I'm saying? The second time it happened, I was just like, bro, this is crazy. And then I started seeing, because I was working behind the scenes doing sound there, and then you see it, and then you the first time it happens, the first service, then the second service, the same movement, the same head bow, like shaking your head, like, oh, this is a show, bro. You know what I mean? So then I knew God helped me and helped my faith, that my faith is not in this church, because at the end of the day, man, I don't want nobody to be like, man, they're gonna blame the church for what happened, which honestly is real. But at the same time, God is gonna say, what about you? And that's the scary thing. That at the end of the thing, that's the scary thing, to be like God, like I you know, such and such fell. That made me fail. He gonna be like, no, but I brung the TRACKSTARZ to you when you was going through your situation, and they were helping you. Or I brung this person in your life. I brung that person in your life. So you can't just say this person made me fall and that's it. You're gonna still have to be held accountable to your life as well. And that's what I'm saying.
Let's get back into it. You in the field with the TRACKSTARZ, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Yo, it's your boy YJO with Enoch Flow Records, letting you know if you need beats, engineering, graphic design, website creation, Enoch Flow is the way to go. I'ma tell you why. Beats and engineering. All beats are produced by yours truly, exclusively with no leases. And I'll even throw engineering in there for you. Graphic design and website creation. Bring your next single, EP, or album artwork to life with DC Graphics, led by Damian Clinton, best graphic designer in the business. That's no cap. Get all these services and more only at Enoch Flow Records. Peace.
Yo, what's going on, TRACKSTARZ Universe? This is your man, Ryan Righteous. I got an awesome opportunity for you artists out there. It's called the TRACKSTARZ Music Submission. You can go to trackstarz.com with a Z. Look at the top of the page, and you can submit your music to us for free. That's right. They always say nothing's ever free, but with TRACKSTARZ, it is. Make sure you go take advantage of that. We can put your music up on the TRACKSTARZ Leaks page, and it can also have an opportunity to get distributed to our radio partners as well. Make sure you go to TRACKSTARZ.com today.
Yeah, I hope all my dogs go to heaven.
No, they forgiving 70 times 7. Yeah, I just pushed the rocket Led Zeppelin. Bad night, but that joy come with the breakfast. Yeah, what he been saying or using? Hop on the track and abuse you. This is not for their amusement. We done just started a movement. I don't just talk, but I use it. He got the world in his hand, and I promise you, he will not drop it or lose it. It's on my G, this ain't for me. You want a verse, that ain't for free. I just do work, it ain't much sleep. They got the tricks right up their sleeve, but I just bob, then I just weave. Man, I just yeah. Haters get hit with the slide, This been a part of my life, You not a part cause you lie, You know I win if I die, It's open, so come on inside, I never had no choices, but I will always be choosing the right, We never had no voices, but you can't stop us from choosing the side, Mission.
Yeah, I hope all my dogs go to heaven, yeah. They forgiven 70 times 7, yeah. I just pushed the rocket Led Zeppelin, yeah. Bad night, but that joy come with the breakfast, yeah. Hold up, get back with that pressing up. Man, we only get the best of us. I'm still living, that's a blessing, Yeah, I might hit a demon with that slide, yeah. On my life, yeah. Got some homies who been trapping all their life, yeah. Man, I pray they get the chance to know the Christ, yeah. You don't wanna reach the streets, they say inside, yeah.
Hey, I just made a promise, I can't leave my dogs alone. This is temporary, ain't no place to call home, yeah. Hit them with that action, we don't hit them with that talk. They been serving, so they ready, tell them what it costs, yeah. I hope all my dogs go to heaven, yeah. They forgiven 70 times 7, yeah. I just pushed the rocket Led Zeppelin. Bad night, but that joy come with the breakfast.
Hold up, get back with that pressing on. Man, we only get the best of us. I'm still living, that's a blessing,
What's up? This is No Big Deal representing Middle Tennessee and Indie Tribe. You are now in the field with the TRACKSTARZ.
It's time for the Entertainment Report with Jeremiah.
All right, man. Entertainment Report time. Let's get it going. All right, man. Shout out to No Big Deal and Rockstar. They got their songs got added to a twerk playlist, the WAP edition, on Spotify. Their songs, the song by No Big Deal called Parabolic. Stick by Rockstar JT. Got on there. What you guys think, man? Is up there with other songs that you could twerk to. What you guys think?
That's awesome, man. Twerking to Christian music is always the best. Nah, man, nah. Just, I mean, they go hard. You know what I mean? I always say Rockstar JT was actually a rock star. That dude is phenomenal, bro. Yeah. Like I'm not like capping. I really, really love his energy, especially when he performs live, and what he brings to the stage is a real deal. So I'm not surprised that he's putting out music that's like making it places. I knew it from the very first time I saw him live in person. I'm like, yo, this dude's for real. And so I'm glad to see that he's kind of invading these spaces, right? Because that's kind of what we're making music for, to invade these spaces. And so that's cool.
Hold on. If back in the day, if somebody had put Winning in the strip club, y'all would have been cool with that?
Yeah, no problem.
Look to the sky. Got a little bit more bounce to it. All right. So Dayton was getting interviewed by the OG T-Bone on his podcast, and T-Bone asked, what do you feel about the state of CHH and where it's going? And Dayton replied that he's starting to question if God's hand is still on CHH. He said he remembers listening to this genre and getting ministered to. He felt like when you hear a song, you could tell someone spent time with the Lord. He also stated that he did CHH Isn't Dead to make a statement. The song was optimistic and wanted the song to show that him and others are still out here repping the cross. But he states the more he sees influence of the big dogs in the genre, he feels like this is going nowhere. What do you guys think, man?
Man, listen, I think everybody's entitled to their opinions, right?
Yeah.
Just because one person says it doesn't mean that it's true for everybody who follows the music or follows the genre. Sean says it all the time. We don't have that same momentum or that unity we felt back in the mid 2000s. So or mid 2000, 10ish area or whatever,
Yeah.
10s and 12s. And so for me, I'm a fan of Christian hip hop. Everybody knows that. I don't listen to any secular music that's hip hop to this point. I'll go back to the old school stuff like the Marvin Gaye, if you call that secular, whatever. But for me, I'm just like, in my mind, this is all that I have for me and my children. This is all that me and my wife can, vibe to. So for me, I'm in it, right? And when I'm able to do this and enjoy it, I know that God is with my spirit on that. And so I don't know if you have to be ministered to the point where you don't turn on, you don't read your Bible, or you don't, listen to other worship music. But I may not be here for that particular reason. I may be here for the vibe and to be able to tap back into my childhood, which was a hip hop and influenced childhood. So to me, that's where I'm at.
Yo, I don't understand that about Christians and why they feel like when dated secular music is not secular music. I don't understand why you get a pass. Like when people play stuff like I've been stroking, like that's cool now because
it is cool.
Back in the day, sexual healing is cool now because it was back in the day.
It's been redeemed.
Yeah, like who redeemed it? Who said like it's cool now?
Well,
I don't listen to secular music.
It doesn't have lyrics like WAP in it. It doesn't have lyrics like.
At some point, WAP is gonna be old.
6ix9ine.
WAP is gonna be old at some point, and sexual healing was that day's WAP.
It was.
I've been stroking is that day's WAP. You feel what I'm saying? But at some point, it's gonna be cool. At some point,
stroking is also a dance. It's a dance too.
At some point, you're gonna hear WAP in the church. You know why? Because it's gonna be okay because it's so old. Bet 20. Once it's old, it's okay. And I don't
frat.
All right.
No.
All right.
No.
All right.
All right. Okay.
I haven't even heard WAP yet, so I don't know what y'all talking about. I know what y'all are talking about, but
about worship and praise.
Yeah, I've never gone back to listen.
Worship and praise.
All right, man. My last story is Kanye talked to Nick Cannon. Him and Nick Cannon has a Nick Cannon does these master classes he has on YouTube, and he sat down with Kanye, and they started talking about different things. Kanye talked about being snubbed by Forbes magazine. Said I went from being snubbed by a magazine to being recognized by God. He also explained how he spent $50 million on Sunday service last year using the money he made off selling Yeezys. He said, bold in proclaiming the faith he shared, God brought me to my knees multiple times. The first time I was put into the hospital in 2016, I actually started reading the Bible. He also stated, when you remove the fear and love of God, you create room for the fear and love of everything else. And God is calling on all of us and using us in different ways. He also acknowledged being laughed at when he was about to cry about his daughter being aborted. He said there are some harsh facts that deal with Black genocide, that is abortion. Planned Parenthood purposely places abortion clinics in minority neighborhoods. He also stated that God told him to go on stage and tell Taylor Swift that Beyonce had the best video of all times. so I don't know, bro. And that was part one. Part two is coming out soon. So if you want to check that out with Kanye and Nick Cannon, go check that out, bro. All right, man. Carpet section. Sponsors of the week is West Hook, Hypocrite, Cool Dave, Hometown, Just Martyr, new name, same mission, Gentile Brand. All right, this week, Zonti 24/7 EP, Jerry Manna, Water Plant EP, SoundCloud is only on SoundCloud. CS Lit, Digital Rose, Social Club, Misfit, Is That Okay? No Big Deal, Willie single, Byron Jawan, Nice Guy single, Roy Tosh, a Beautiful Chaos single, Our Guy the Beat Breaker, In My Lane single, Brandon P, Put That On Us single, Portia Love, at single, YP, aka Young Paul, Step by Step single, and Vic Sage, Oh My single. Ryan, what is good?
Yep, shout out to the Nectar artists that released this week. Shout out to Jay Biz, he released the Anchor. He also sent us a nice email, man, just letting us know how much he appreciated TRACKSTARZ and what we do for the artists. So thank you so much for that, bro. He said he's been a long time listener and a fan of the show. So we really appreciate that. Anybody that takes the time to, write to us and let us know how they feel about what we do is always appreciated. So if you don't already have music distribution, make sure you go check out nectardistro.com. You have opportunities to get your music distributed out to over 200 digital outlets. So go check us out, nectardistro.com.
All right, man. Let's get back. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rick, what's up?
Yo, man. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that the TRACKSTARZ Fantasy Football League is going on this season. If you were wondering or confused about whether football was happening in the season, it actually is, right? So football is happening this year, but TRACKSTARZ Fantasy Football, because football is happening, TRACKSTARZ Fantasy Football, which has been going on for years, right, is going again. We have 10 spots open right now. There's 20 complete spots in the league. 10 have already been taken, but there's 10 spots left. The draft is not until Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. I'll do my best to drop hold on, I'll probably send it to Sean so we can drop a link in the chat. But if you're a part of the TRACKSTARZ universe or the TRACKSTARZ Facebook group, you can find the link there. If you follow TRACKSTARZ on Twitter, I'll drop the link there as well. So go ahead and follow TRACKSTARZ on Twitter. I'll drop the link so you can be a part of this year's fantasy football tournament. Listen, the best chance for you to ever win is this year, because this is the first year where I'll be focused a lot on 4X and not on killing you. So I want you to get in there, right? And get it while you can,
That's a
right?
fact.
Like,
this is the year.
Yeah.
This is the year. In most years, and listen, after this year, I plan on having 4X down. So I'll be back to my winning ways. But this is your chance. It's the most vulnerable. If you ever want to just shine, this is right now. Go ahead and get in on this fantasy football league. It's always lit. It's always popping. I want you to be a part of it. It's TRACKSTARZ Sports, TRACKSTARZ Sports Fantasy Football League, powered by MTMV. I'm so geeked to get you in this year. It's gonna be lit. I guarantee you that.
I call baloney.
Listen,
that's
baloney. Facts. That's facts, because I'm really focused on 4X this year as well. So fantasy for my wallet is definitely outweighing the fantasy on my phone for football. But I just think that fantasy is just one of those things that we appreciate, seeing the universe come together like this, and being able to laugh and joke. And I think, Frat, you have it set up to where we all have our own divisions, right?
Yeah, so in the past, we've always had the Sean Grant division, right? The Ryan Righteous division, the Jeremiah division, the Rick Sincere division. That'll be the same. Rick Sincere division mostly wins unless I'm in another division. But every year... Every year it's been fun, man. It's always good. Like the conversations that happens in those groups are really cool, right? A lot of people share testimonies and stuff like that, man. It's another way for you to get a chance to engage with the TRACKSTARZ and the TRACKSTARZ universe. And that's the reason we do it, right? It's a free league. All you have to do is hop in and enjoy yourself, man. Have a good time. And every now and again, you'll get the big shout out on Twitter from TRACKSTARZ Twitter, right? Or you'll get the shout out from MTMV, man. You're gonna get a shout out either way. We love to engage and interact with the TRACKSTARZ universe in this fashion.
They want to know when the draft.
The draft is Tuesday. So at 8:30 p.m. Tuesday, that's when the draft is happening. The reason that's happening is because right now, today, people are being cut from teams. They're going down from the 80-man roster to a 53-man roster, right? And so by 4 o'clock today, there's going to be a lot of cuts. So I moved the draft back so everybody knows what's going on and what's happening. You should know everything, especially by Tuesday at 8:30.
Cool.
All right, awesome. All right, let's get back into it. You in the field with the TRACKSTARZ, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Don't drop the flyer. Renee, tighten up. Don't drop me. Wande, posture. Don't drop her, okay? Our life is banging on this. Get it together. Don't drop me, please.
Bree, are you okay?
Yeah. Ay. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, ooh, pull up and see how I live with my crew. Keep it on 10 and you know we don't lose. Only intent, homie, and we make moves. Like, ooh, I'm like, ooh, pull up and see how I live with my crew. Keep it on 10 and you know we don't lose. You know the vibes every time we come through. Like, ooh, yeah. You can talk talk to me. I was lost, K, but I ain't going back. Ain't no South Bay, you can talk to me. What that life like? See some dark days, I still shine bright. It's like the more you elevate, the more the fake can gravitate. I pray for him to use me, then he sent me out of state. I met a couple hitters, God, he put him in the picture, cause he knew from the beginning we gon' be together winning. Ay, give it away, give it away. I had to give up some things, I had to pray, move it away. I had to call the name, move to the A, miles away. And where they out living this thing? All of my games, Father he gave, I cannot give it today. You never worry about opinions when you know divine. I'm so rooted, so the flow gon' always be divine. Hit my line, yo, let's talk like we besties. Focused on the sun, so I don't care if you forget. I'm like, ooh, pull up and see how I live with my crew. Keep it on 10 and you know we don't lose. Only intent, homie, and we make moves. Like, ooh, I'm like, ooh, pull up and see how I live with my crew. Keep it on 10 and you know we don't lose. You know the vibes every time we come through. Like, ooh, look, I'm first generation, used to not having it. Ain't avarice, that's why I rock my night fit. Just to show the world my God always surpassing it. They try and clown you, but you have the last laugh, legit. I see so many holding pain, yeah, they masking. Don't hold on too long, you might go do something drastic. They ask me one day, where you get your satisfaction? Told them that it's coming from above, then they hit me with a shrug. I ain't tripping, cause I know they peeping the way we living. Ain't nobody comparing the G.O.D. with his children. I hit my little dance, knowing I'm too forgiving. In the season I was hidden, now we're purring like a kitten, yeah. You never worry about opinions when you know divine. I'm so rooted, so the flow gon' always be divine. Hit my lines, yo, let's talk like we besties. Focus on the sun, so I don't care if you forget. I'm like, ooh, pull up and see how I live with my crew. Keep it on 10 and you know we don't lose. Only intent, homie, and we make moves. Like, ooh, I'm like, ooh, pull up and see how I live with my crew. Keep it on 10 and you know we don't lose. You know the vibes every time we come through. Like, ooh.
You're in the field with the TRACKSTARZ. Now here's a clip from my interview with The Truth. To see the interview in its entirety, go to youtube.com/TRACKSTARZ or go to TRACKSTARZ.com. Check it out.
I think it's important even to reiterate, which is one of the things that I've tried to drive home, even to my daughters, you know, to the younger guys around me, even to some of the older, because you'd be surprised. The assumption is that if you're older, you have wisdom, and that's not true. You see what I'm saying? The other day, I think I was talking to somebody about time and the insufficiency of time to actually accomplish anything. Like, people don't just get better with time, right? you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's an assumption, right? We presume people get better with time. So we presume that people who are older are wiser, right, based on the assumption that you get better with time. But that's rooted in the assumption that time has some inherent power to make you better.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Or time has some inherent power to make you wise, but it doesn't. Which is why you can have an 80-year-old bitter person. You see what I'm saying? Right. So my point. So one of the things that I want to drive home for myself, starting with myself, is the importance of really heeding the voice of wisdom. Because the truth of the matter is, if you fail to embrace the voice of wisdom, you know, then God has to. Then you're Humpty Dumpty. You know, God has to put the pieces back together again. You have to be restored, which is what I went through. And I'm a firm believer that God would much rather, as I told you before, preserve us than restore us. And so wisdom is the way to avoid that.
What's going on, TRACKSTARZ universe? This is a clip from my interview with Hovey, but not just an interview clip. He dropped some freestyle bars for us in the studio. To see the interview in its entirety, go to youtube.com/TRACKSTARZ or go to TRACKSTARZ.com. Check it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I just talked to Santa, let's take it back in time, moving through my grandma's camera. I said I came from the Wick town. I know some brothers catching bullets till they get down. And then I moved to the A. I met Scott Free, listen, God don't play. My playground, I remember throw it back and reminiscing. My mama cooking spaghetti when I called it Paschetti in the kitchen. I'm the 5-year-old kid spitting, came from the Came from the high school with no rules. Over in this thing, grab the kit with the tools. Yeah, I guess I'm got a little flow. Used to listen to Lecrae, I used to listen to Pro, used to listen to Kendrick. Take it back to the old days. They on a run like they OJ. I was sipping OJ. Shout out Tory Deshaun, I guess we okay. And that's my brother. Shout out to my mother. I came from the mud, and then I caught a dub. I said we moving right now. Shout out my brother Dub. Double ATL. I told him now we moving. Jesus stomping hell. I said I'm moving with the Holy Grail, and I could never fail. And said I moved the planet, and God planned it. I'm moving so outlandish. Listen, they say you a white kid. Tell me how you really rapping. Do you got some fight, kid? Yeah, I said you got some fight, kid. I said I'm moving. I ain't go to IKEA. I said I'm shopping right now, but I got an idea, a big idea. They say they talking like a veggie tail. They wish me well, so I'ma spit my tail. I'm coming right now. I got God, I never fail.
Hey yo, what's going on? It's your man Ryan Righteous of the TRACKSTARZ, man. I want to tell you about an awesome feature called the Music Submissions. You know how they say nothing's ever free? Well, that's a myth with TRACKSTARZ. Send us your music, we'll add it to SoundCloud for free. There's also an opportunity for you to be able to get your song aired on the radio. For more information, email us at contactus@trackstarz.com.
You are listening to the TRACKSTARZ with Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, and DJ Jeremiah.
Right now, you're in the field with the TRACKSTARZ.
TRACKSTARZ.
Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, and DJ Jeremiah.
Right now, you listening to the TRACKSTARZ.
You know what time it is.
Hey yo, what's good? It's your boy Name Gay, TRACKSTARZ music artist, and you are in the field with the family TRACKSTARZ Radio.
TRACKSTARZ Radio.
In the field, TRACKSTARZ. Get it, got it, good.
What's good, people? It's your boy DJ Haddon. I want to give a shout out to TRACKSTARZ Live. Keep it locked, y'all. It's going down right here, right now. You heard it from your boy D Haddon.
Yeah, back in the field with the TRACKSTARZ, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Ryan just saw the WAP video for the first time.
No, the lyric video.
You saw some of the video.
Look at his face.
What you think, man?
Oh my
Classic?
goodness, man. No, not at all. Not at all.
It's up there with the miseducation.
Dude, I'm just I'm a father of 3 girls, man, and to ever think that either one of them could ever could grow up in hip hop, grow up in music, and make a song like that, put me in the grave, bro. Put me in the grave before any of that happens, because that's just too much, man.
It's already happened.
That's terrible.
We had that same music in the 90s, bro.
No, we didn't.
Yes,
I will fight that tooth and nail.
Did. Fight it.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Yes, we did have that music in the 90s. Okay, we did.
How you gonna fight it tooth and nail and then just say yes?
No, I'm sorry, because when you said 90s, I literally
put me in the grave. Oh yeah, you're right. We had it.
I really went back. Okay, so we had this conversation, right? Marvin Gaye, Sexual Healing, whatever, Isley Brothers, Between
This
the
is really
Sheets.
throwing
all
him
this
off.
kind of
He didn't
stuff.
even do his liners or nothing.
I didn't.
He just rolled right through that.
Sure
You okay?
did.
But this,
Sean
yeah,
gonna use that on everybody now.
You mad?
My spirit is just done right now.
I knew Sean was mad.
Just done, man. Just done.
I wasn't mad, man.
It's really sad, man.
So since Rick brought it up earlier, I think this has always been an interesting thing where music from your childhood that was secular is fair game, but new stuff that's secular is like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
What
From our
separates the
childhood,
two?
People didn't know they could go in like that. Like
Dude,
people didn't.
That's just not the case. I'll run some names for you if you don't mind.
You just really got one name you can run past me. That's
not
Uncle
true.
Luke.
You ready
That's
for
Uncle
more?
Luke.
That's
really.
not
You ready
true.
for more?
Snoop Dogg was.
You ready for
dirty,
more?
too.
Let's run this. I'll make love to you, Boys to Men.
Okay, get out of here. Get out of here.
Anytime,
Get
any
out of
place,
here.
Janet
Get
Jackson,
out of
freak
here.
me
Get
like
out of
that,
here.
a freak like
Get out
that.
of here, Rick.
He did
Get out of
research.
here, Rick.
Sex and
Rick.
Candy.
Rick.
Let's talk about sex. Nice
Rick.
and slow, Usher.
Nothing wrong.
Knocking the
Nothing
boots.
is wrong.
With a little
Come on,
bump and
bro.
grind?
Knocking the boots.
Listen,
Too close.
nothing
closer,
meets
So
WAP.
anxious. I'm too sexy.
Nothing meets WAP.
Rip song, hip hop song.
Not
Rick.
Justify
one
my love.
song you mentioned
Erotica.
beats
Bittersweet.
WAP.
What's your
Ernest,
fantasy, Ludacris?
Rick, you're naming majority pop songs.
No, I'm not. I've named several. I've named across different genres. I have more.
He's talking about rap songs.
What are you talking
Dude,
about? I haven't named.
I know
one
you're not
rap
defending
song?
this, Mr. New York. New
No,
York.
I'm not.
90s
I'm not.
music
That's why
was
I'm quiet.
gross.
Are you
Them
kidding
albums
me?
were
I'm not.
gross. They had simulated
Hey,
sex
I
on
am
albums in the
not doing
90s.
that.
Then,
I'm
then
not
what are you
saying
somebody-
doing? What are you
I
doing?
need somebody in the
I'm
chat
saying
to
you're
help
just
me out, man.
naming
This
pop
can't be
records.
real.
I say name hip hop records.
Y'all can't believe that anything y'all
I've
just
named
named
record
is
after
worse
record
than
after
WAP.
record after record.
You
I
name
think-
different type of music.
I think Rick's
said name
point.
hip hop.
I think Rick's point is that they're both. bad.
All those songs will be played at somebody's wedding. All these songs that I played will be played at. Let me tell you when it hit me.
You
for
really putting "I Make Love to You" on the same level as WAP?
Bruh.
Rick, you tripping.
I put several
You
songs.
just want to
on that
argue
same
with me
level.
today. That's what that
No,
is.
no. Come on. Wait. Are y'all kidding me? Are y'all
No,
kidding me?
are you kidding me?
Are you serious?
WAP. Do you? First of all,
Bro, hold up.
The
hold up.
hook that started off was like,
Which is a '90s club song.
Thank you.
I know,
I was about to get
Yo,
you right
the
there.
90s,
but
the
I'm gonna let
90s
that
were
ride.
worse. I'm telling you, the 90s were worse. I heard
You
the
gonna tell me
worst, most
anytime,
vile
any
things
place?
in my life in the 90s.
but wasn't that song more like it's some freaks
Yo,
in this
hold on.
house?
No.
It was a club
Oh,
song.
that was
Hold on.
a dub. It's
Wait.
not the original
Oh,
version.
okay. I do
Hold
remember
on.
now. I remember now.
What's that one? Your neck, your back. That was your
That
neck.
was
Your
2000.
Say it again.
That was the 2000s.
And she didn't
Ain't
make it,
that old?
y'all. She didn't make it.
Man,
Kanye.
what?
That was
She sung
Kanye.
it?
She sung it, but she didn't blow up like that. Like this.
Yeah,
But
bro.
even-
What you
that
mean?
was
I
a-
still know it now.
Even-
That was
know her personally.
I think
that
Rick's
was-
point is even the
that was a
oldies,
stretch.
some of them songs were about cheating on their wives. It was about sneaking out.
All this
It
stuff.
was about all kinds of stuff. It was-
Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
But listen,
That was-
y'all cannot tell me that anything Rick just named off, even if it pierces
My
your
neck,
ear,
my back.
even if it
Are you
That's the
pierces your ear,
2000s. That's not the 90s.
even if
It don't matter if
pierces
it's
your
90s.
ear.
It don't matter if it's 90s. It just matters that it's old.
I'm out this conversation.
You can't
But you
be
can't-
out.
but
I'm out.
You can't.
You can't be out.
Hey, you can do that.
Hey, you're not
But
out. You're convicted. That's okay.
But you
It's okay.
can't compare WAP
You
to
can't.
"I Make Love to You."
Somebody in the chat tell me that you cannot do that. You
Have we
cannot
not
do
heard
that.
anytime, any
Every
place?
married couple probably has that.
What
on
did
their
Ryan? What
playlist.
did you take offense to?
Oh man, I mean, just the
video?
graphic detail.
The
I didn't
video?
see the video. I'm not watching the video. No.
He
what
saw
you-
the lyrics. He said the lyrics video.
What did that say?
Yo,
that-
there's way too many people. There's way too many people who know exactly what I'm talking about. Drop a name of a nasty song right here.
Yeah, let's fill this Christian chat up with some nasty stuff.
No.
Put your
This is
favorite nasty song in the
No,
chat.
Uchi Wally.
Nasty song title. That's all. Don't give me the lyrics. Just
So
nasty
listen.
song
I will
title.
say this. I will say this. This is my defense of the secular music from back then. Right? The secular music
doing it.
back then. Secular music from back then was descriptive, right? It described what could be going on.
That's
Right.
true.
These
It
were
was-
the words, bro.
Right,
These
Ryan,
were
you
the
right.
words.
It was
Jeremiah,
more. It
you
was
better
more
not
creative.
say nothing to
It's
me.
more creative.
Bad
It was more
Boys.
creative.
You didn't listen to the Bad Boys
Yes.
albums? Them joints were gross.
I know.
So why are you defending Ryan? Why
No,
you
what
defending
I'm
him?
saying what I'm saying to Ryan is that it was more creative. It was like, let's get it on. You knew what they was talking about, but it was
You going back too
straight
far.
explicit.
I'm talking about your New York 90s hip hop. It was
Wait a
gross.
minute, y'all act like the South wasn't nasty either.
3-6 Mafia.
Am I from the South, Jeremiah? Am I defending the South? What are you talking
You were
about?
in
The first thing I
Miami.
said was
Okay,
69
Miami
boys.
sometimes.
Listen.
I'm not.
I brought up Luke.
3-6 Mafia
I-
was my jam. I know what you're talking about. But
I brought up
listen, it
Luke
was
in
still
69 boys.
descriptive.
I did that.
Hey,
Luke,
somebody brought up
Trina.
3-6 Mafia.
Stop defending New York.
Bro.
You know they was nasty as crap.
I said it
Puffy
was.
and Biggie, that Joyce was gross.
I said they were.
Lil'
I'm
Kim?
not negating. You acting like the South is like holier than now, but the South had some stuff. In the
I'm
early
acting like
90s.
it. What are you
Bro.
talking
Hey,
about?
they said
Bro.
2 Live
Looking like
Crew.
Howard Malone.
2 Live Crew. Are y'all serious?
Bro, listen. Let me
Y'all
let me
be
put
playing
this-
this
let me-
stuff at the weddings.
Let me clear this up for you. Let me clear this up for everybody, right? Yes, the music from the 90s and the 2000s had sexual, innuendos in it, right? But here's
Not
the thing.
innuendos outright.
Here's the thing. Here's the
Had
thing.
sex on the record.
Here's the thing. The thing is
Porn on wax.
Here's the thing.
That's what it was.
You heard it in two. Oh, okay, let me see if I can remember to count bars, right? You
The thong
heard it
song was another one.
maybe
The thong song
every
gets a pass.
14, 16
Top 5
bars.
nasty songs of the 90s.
Every 4 to 8 bars. Every 4 to 8 bars, maybe you got a cuss word and something sexual.
Right.
These women were saying something nasty every
Is
single
it just the fact
word
that women
was
were saying
nasty.
it? Do you have an issue with the women saying it?
No, I don't
It must
think
be.
you can get away with a song like that today. I really
What are you
don't think
talking about? Of course they get away with songs
No,
like
they
this. We
won't.
make
No,
them all
they
the time.
No, they won't. Listen, I know it's 666 Mafia song y'all are talking about, right?
Men don't make nasty songs. Is that what you're saying? Out loud in public? You can't be. You can't be.
I'm not saying that. I don't.
Can't
So
be.
here's the thing. I can't judge that
On
because
Trump's internet?
I don't listen to hip hop right now. I don't listen to that hip hop, so I can't judge it and say I've heard something nastier than that. But what I just heard coming from those two ladies,
You've been saying that for a long
is
time,
the
bro.
worst thing I've
been saying
ever
that for a long
heard
time.
on a
Listen,
track.
you say I don't listen to secular songs, and that's where this all started because I challenged that statement alone.
Okay,
Y'all know-
Marvin Gaye is probably the only CD I still own. Marvin Gaye is the only CD I still own. I guarantee you. I guarantee you.
Fred. If
Marvin
I
Gaye's
run
the
that a
only
milli,
CD
you're not gonna listen.
that anybody
Yeah, I don't
owns
know.
in life. Nobody owns
When
CDs,
I run
bro.
that a milli, you're not gonna listen.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it.
When I run that,
right now.
when I
Drop
run
it
that
right
Outcast,
now.
you don't listen.
Yes, drop it right now.
But that's
When I
the
run
end.
that old Outcast, you're
But
not
you
gonna
know what?
listen.
I listened to Elevators, and I didn't hear nothing sexual that degraded women in the whole song.
Oh,
Well,
that's not
praise
true.
God. That's
Oh yeah, I
really
did.
cool.
You're right. I got it now. I just heard it.
What are you talking about? So the
I
point
listened
is,
to the radio edited version. It was that
Ryan,
one word in that song.
Ryan, the point is
Come
that
on, famo.
I think
Come
what
on.
Rick is highlighting the fact that we camp for our own music and we destroy theirs when both should be destroyed. They're both gross.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make everybody mad. I'm gonna just say it, right? People like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion are ruining young women. They're ruining
That's
young
what
women.
it is.
They're-
You never heard
they're
of
ruining
you never
young
heard
women.
of Little Kim?
Wait,
You're right, Rick.
Lil' Kim,
You're right. It's
Foxy
because they
Brown.
women. You're right.
Yeah, I think
They're
it is. I
ruining
think it
it,
is.
bro.
There was another
They're
woman who
ruining it.
came out and said, "You know what? We need more women like Trump's wife, right? And we need less women like Cardi B." That's what she said, right? Did you see that? Because that was a tweet. And then Cardi B said,
I heard about it.
Cardi B said, "Wasn't she out there selling that WAP?" All I'm saying is, I'm saying, listen. That's what she said. That's what Cardi B responded with.
So here's
what
the
I'm
thing.
saying is, we completely look at what's happening right now and condemn it all the time. We always condemn what's going on right now, whatever's in the moment, right?
Bro, you
So we
cannot
just
tell me.
slide
You
all the
cannot
other stuff.
tell me that these women are okay putting this out there. If it wasn't
This-
selling
this-
money, if it wasn't making
Ryan.
money for them,
Rick
they would
just
not
snuck
be
in a
okay.
Trump
Right,
shot
right,
for no
right,
reason,
right.
and nobody
Ryan,
said nothing. It
Ryan.
had nothing to do with what he was talking about.
Brian, this
It
is
was just a Trump
this is
shot for no reason.
This is the era of women liberation
Unsolicited.
movement.
No,
So they
no.
feel like this is liberation. I'm telling you.
No.
I see it on the internet all the
Hey,
time.
this is
I'm
off
about to go
topic.
out.
This is off topic. The point is, why do we, when Christians get together, I've seen it, the DJ plays old secular songs, and we don't have no problem with it.
Because
Because
Jeremiah
he's like
DJ
singing
for my wedding.
Well, y'all gave me a list of songs to play.
I didn't.
Oh, run
Yeah,
that.
I
Yo, listen. Sean, do you remember around the time when I got married, around that time, we went to like, I don't know, 7 different weddings at that time. It was all the young people in our church who were getting married, and we all had the same basic DJ, right?
Okay.
It was 1 or 2 DJs who were kind of DJing that situation. And
Yeah.
every single time, right, we like danced to a little bit of Christian hip hop, not much. Not much.
Not much.
And then after that, it was a bunch of older songs that were super questionable and some Bruno Mars. So we always allow
the wobble song. The wobble song
and
is
the
a bad
line
song.
dance songs. Right?
Yeah.
So, and the line dance songs. And in those times, right, we let that stuff slide. Like it's always cool. It's always okay. And nobody has any issue with it. No matter how nasty the song is or how weird the song is, right? We line dance to it or we do whatever and it's cool. All I'm saying is, hey, I don't know.
I'm challenging you.
But you can't put the
I'm
wobble.
challenging you to play to go to a Christian wedding and tell the DJ to drop WAP. See what happens. See what happens.
Don't do it. In
no,
10
he's not
years.
gonna drop it.
In 10 years, he gonna drop it.
10 years, guarantee you can't.
If it comes, if it have a dance
routine, you still can't play Lil Kim at your wedding.
Say it again.
You still can't play Lil Kim.
You can play the jump
Oh,
off.
Lil Kim can get played.
Not all of Lil Kim can get played.
Wait, so you ain't
played
never
the Lil C's joint.
You ain't never seen nobody
that
stroking it
crush
to
on
the
you?
east and stroking it to the west. That's never happened to you at a wedding.
Say what?
That's
Nobody's been stroking to the east and stroking to the west, right? They don't do the butt. They don't do the butt at all these weddings.
Christian weddings, bro.
At the Christian weddings, they're not doing the butt.
No,
Because
nobody's
they
doing
did
the
it
butt
at
at the
7
Christian
of the
wedding.
butts. 7 butts were done.
Rick putting
Every
both
time I
teeth
went
on
to a
that
wedding.
butt. He putting both teeth to butt. Ain't do the
It's
butt.
true.
I heard
It's true.
both teeth on that.
The chats need to be helping me out right now, bro.
Because
This is
they know it's
insane, man.
true. They know it's true.
This is
And
insane,
actually,
man.
if you go to some of these
This is
Christian
insane.
concerts and you wait a little while, they might do the butt too.
This
Yeah,
is
at the
insane.
concert.
Like,
At the concert.
We're not helping Christian hip hop guys at all.
Listen. I'm here to help Christian hip hop.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. All I'm saying is we can get rid of some of that old stuff, right? And play some of the new hot Christian hip hop songs, like my boy Rockstar JT, who got his song on that cool list, right? And like no big deal.
Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Jeremiah.
I was gonna say I think that's another conversation too, going back and forth. But I think what people realize is those are your pre-save years, and they don't feel like them songs have effect on you no more. So it's like
These ain't pre-saved.
No, I'm talking about like throwback stuff, and that's what we're talking about. Like when you go listen to a throwback song, or you go to a throwback party or whatever.
What about it being old? Kind of expunges it from being bad. Because some of
Right.
those songs
And no,
at the
Ray, I'm not
time,
saying that.
they were dirty songs for us at the time. But all of a
Right.
sudden, they're cool because they're you're reminiscing.
Well, because I think
let me
nostalgia
tell you,
wins.
Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion have cleaned up Lil Kim, in my opinion.
You wild. You got a bad memory. Lil Kim, come on.
Little
now.
Kim intro was. I used to be scared.
I never listened to Lil
you
Kim
serious?
other than the radio.
So then why are you bringing it up if you don't know? Lil Kim was gross too, bro. Biggie was
Nothing
gross.
like this,
Puffy
man.
was gross.
Nothing like this. Nothing
All
like
of them.
this.
All of them were
Nothing
gross
like
just like this.
Nothing like this.
Actually,
was gross.
people
Nothing
are
like
saying,
this.
yes,
Wait a
just
minute,
like this.
Sean. Wait,
Tupac
hold on,
was
Sean.
ghost.
Just like
Sean,
this.
Sean, you keep talking all this mess about the East Coast, but y'all got one of the nastiest people from Chicago. Do I need to
I
name
was in
names?
Chicago for like 2 months when he was
Name
born.
names. Name names.
Hells? R. Kelly?
Name
We're
names.
not doing that. Hey,
R. Kelly? God,
Represent the worst person in your city.
we're not doing
Tie
that.
you to the worst person in your city.
So, hey, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Somebody said Song of Solomon equals WAP. That's not true.
That's the Christian version.
Man,
of
get
WAP.
out of here, man. Cut my camera off, dog. I'm done. If
Yo, Song of
Hey,
Solomon.
don't be done because you mad at
done.
what I'm saying. Because I'm
I'm
saying
done.
what is
This
true.
don't make any sense, man. This does not make any sense to me.
What
It has
did
to
you
make sense.
read?
This shit can
Read
make
the
you a
lyrics.
little
What are you so upset about?
Bro, like,
Oh, you must not have read the lyrics. You not heard the song either, Sean. Have
Don't
you?
read them lyrics. Don't read them lyrics. Don't do that.
What,
Don't do that.
Just in your own words. What did they say?
Don't do it. Hey, don't.
I
even,
mean, so-
don't, no, don't even rephrase it, bro. Don't do it. This is a trap. This is a trap. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just move on, bro. You lost this one. It's cool. Hey, man, suck that up. Just like in Forex, you take some wins, you take some losses.
I'm disappointed, man.
Where's your stop loss at? Ryan don't got no stop loss.
Hey, you hit the stop loss, bro.
Just keep going down.
Hey, that's your problem in Forex.
It'll come back. It'll come back.
Yo, yeah, I made a video yesterday about my Cash App balance. One of my friends was like, "Yo, make a video about your Cash App balance." I was like, "I don't want to do that," but I did it anyway. It's pretty dope though. I'll show y'all later.
But so I think so Ryan is alleging that music is getting worse, and Rick is saying it's been bad.
Nope, it's definitely worse. It hasn't been as bad ever.
Nah,
Ryan,
fam.
so you weren't listening to music in the 90s then, because I
probably
could
wasn't.
understand you saying that it was a little more subtle in the 50s and 60s. Even then, it was a little raw.
The worst thing that ever came into my
worst,
house was
most
Rex
explicit
and
music I have
Effects.
ever seen in my life.
But here's the thing. Okay, let me give you a lyric. Right? My dad used to mess with me because he would see me watching MTV Jams and he would come in and start messing with me. So Rex and Effects. All I want to do is dip my zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. Right? That could mean anything.
It doesn't.
Right? That could mean anything.
Can it mean anything?
A mature person. Hold on. A mature
It doesn't
person
mean
knows-
anything. It means something
Hey,
very specific.
because of that song, I used to have a Z carved in the side of my head. I used to love that song.
Okay, that's a problem. A mature person. Listen to what I'm saying.
We don't have
A
to admit
mature
everything on this show.
A mature person would know what that means, right?
And her
But if I was
boom,
watching
boom.
if I was watching the Breakfast Club and I left my phone on the table and the next video that played was the WAP video and my kids were in the
So
room,
you talking about videos? I'm talking about
I
songs.
would throw my phone
You did see
to
the
make
video.
sure it broke. And
You said you didn't
no,
see
I
it.
didn't see the video. But I'm
So what you
talking about the
talking
video.
How do you know what it is?
The song video on my phone.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not watching the video, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Jeremiah got me tripped up the other day when he was like, "Yo, Tekashi 6ix9ine got a new video."
Thrown under the bus.
The other day, I didn't hear that.
Bro, you did. You
straight
tweeted
under the
you,
bus.
You text me and Sean. I got
Straight
the
under
tweet.
the bus.
I got the
bus.
message.
I didn't text y'all nothing.
Hey,
You did.
Ryan,
You
Ryan,
did.
let's not
The
come
other
apart.
day?
Ryan, let's not come
Like
apart.
3
Let's
weeks
not come
ago.
apart,
4
bro.
weeks ago.
Don't throw me under the bus because you under the bus, brother.
Nah,
Stay there.
4 weeks.
Stay
Listen.
there. You
Under the
stay
bus
there.
with an iPad with the WAP video on.
You stay there, son.
No. We were
Don't
talking
throw me under the bus.
we were looking at things to talk about for the show, and you were like, Tekashi 6ix9ine just got out of jail. He dropped a new video with Megan Thee
He
Stallion.
been out of jail. I didn't say he dropped. He had a song with Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj, there you go. But you were saying we could talk about that on the show, and then you sent us a link to it. Did you not?
That was a
Yes, so okay, you sent us a link to it. All I'm saying,
He acted like that was last week.
I was like,
that was
oh,
like
let me-
2-3 months ago.
I said
Because-
2-3 months
And
ago.
because it was a long time
You
ago,
just
it's
said
no
last
longer
week.
wrong.
But
Exactly.
listen,
That's what we
on the
learned
bed.
today.
I'm sitting on the bed next
Give
to
it
my
a couple
wife. Jeremiah
minutes.
sent me a
Give
text.
it a
Let me
year or
look
two,
at
and
it.
it's gonna be cool.
What did Jeremiah
I'm
just send
not,
you?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's saying my name.
See, Ryan trying to drag people.
Because the
What you got on me?
Heat
What you got on me?
Y'all talk every day, so you got something.
Hey man, all I'm saying.
It's classic Trump behavior, right?
Hey man, I'm sorry for bringing this up, but it's just true, you know.
No, I'm with you.
I think it just got worse and worse and worse. And I think what happened was, of
Man,
course,
I can't let you get away with that, Jeremiah.
Little Kim,
DJ, I can't let you get away with that. No, not if you're saying that. You from the 90s New York hip hop.
I said it's getting worse and
getting
worse and worse.
It ain't getting
It was worse in the 90s. I'm not negating that.
Nothing gets worse than this song. You can't play this
Was it
song
worse in the
anywhere
90s?
without
Not
cringing.
true.
You
That's
cannot
not
play
true.
this song anywhere
It was
without
worse
cringing.
in the 90s.
Okay, so how you
Listen,
saying it's
listen.
getting worse?
Because Little Kim was explicit and she was just raw and uncut, and she's the blueprint for these women out today that's been doing it.
So why is this worse?
I'm gonna go back and listen to Lil Kim. I'll do
because
that. I'm
now
gonna go back and listen to
because
Lil Kim.
and I'm gonna say this, because now even the edited version is still raw. I remember I was watching an interview with Cardi B and Big Boy and out of California, and he's like we had to edit the edited version. That's crazy.
You have to edit the edited version of all the Lil Kim stuff too. You know what she's talking about.
No, but what I'm saying is Crush on You is not the same as WAP. Big Mama thing a little bit is like WAP. How many licks is probably like WAP.
Run up names.
Hey, you got more?
Yeah.
No,
Run them.
I'm just saying that's
all I'm saying is the point is it's all bad, and there's a reason why we excuse it after some time, because we never really let it go. We're complaining. The kids that are listening to this music now are doing the same thing we did back then. We're holding on to stuff that we like, and once we get to a certain age, it becomes okay. It's the same thing that's going to happen to this music. That's gonna become
Let me ask y'all a
My
question.
search engine.
Let me ask y'all a question. Is Versus making it worse?
Why?
Look.
Because you gotta go back and listen to them songs when they two people battling.
But this has been a thing for us, bro. It's been a thing for us.
Every event, every wedding, every party, Christians pull out them old hits. Because I mean,
all right, what's the top 5 songs you heard at a Christian wedding that y'all was like, this shouldn't be played?
Doing the butt.
Okay.
Wobble.
Yeah, Wobble.
There's only one part in Wobble.
No, Wobble is
matter.
bad because it was done by a Christian and it's blasphemous of the word of God.
That's why it's
How
bad.
did
Hey, run it in the chat. Run it in the chat.
Go read the lyrics to Wobble. You'd be like, yo, I can't do this anymore.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
I have you on your knees like you're reading the scriptures? Are you kidding me?
That could be anything, though.
Is he
Ryan.
married?
Like, zoom in the boom boom.
No, it's not. That's
You
not.
could
Is he
interpret
married?
that
No.
any kind of way.
Is he married?
I don't know I don't know if he's married or not.
They said it's something nasty about Hey
All I'm saying
Drop
is,
down and get your eagle on. That's true. I've seen that.
I think that the point is being missed. Be careful with
Y'all are definitely missing the point.
No, you are. Even your old music should not get a pass. That's the point.
That's
your
not
old
true.
music should not get a pass.
And if you out
That's not
there,
true.
if you're a secular person watching this, be more creative with your nasty, so Ryan can appreciate it in 10 years from now.
Got to ease it up a little bit.
This is the only way this could get nasty is if you look through if you stop rapping and you just put a whole bunch of nasty words together and just read them out. Like that's the only way this could get worse. That's the only way this could get worse. This is the worst thing. And I only got through the first 20 seconds of the song, y'all. I couldn't even go any further. This was the worst thing that I've ever heard. And not even as a parent, but as anybody who's helping raise up a godly generation and a godly community, this is the worst thing that we have right now. The fact that one of our kids could go and stumble upon this and be completely taken off guard by this stuff is horrible.
But all I'm saying is that challenge is not just a right now challenge. That challenge has
you know what the difference is, Rick?
Wait, let me finish. That challenge has existed for parents for years, and
Nope,
somehow,
you know what the difference is?
wait, and somehow our parents got us through it. I do know what the difference is because
you know what the difference is?
No, I do know what the difference is.
I couldn't
Because
get to a store to buy a CD by myself. That's the difference. This stuff is on the fingertips of their phones.
Fred. Hold on. Are you telling me? Because most of the stuff used to be played on public radio, and I knew once you can hear it on public radio, all you have to do after that is get the tape. That's all you have to do is go find the tape.
Yeah,
that's all you have to do is go find the tape.
I had a bunch of tapes.
You feel me?
too.
And so, and you're telling me that they
You might have got the edited version, but you weren't getting
sir.
that version.
No,
you
sir.
were not getting that version.
No,
without
sir.
your parents'
When my
support.
cousins
That's
came
fake
over,
news.
I heard every
I had the
unedited
regular
version
version.
possible.
Because that was a CD or a tape. I'm talking about if a kid is sitting in their bedroom and they back in the day had a song like WAP Out, they were not gonna get that explicit version without getting to someone else.
That's
Our
not
kids
true.
don't need anything right now.
That's not true.
Well,
I used to work at a record store, and teenagers would come in and get explicit
I
versions of
get
records
that.
all the
I
time.
wasn't a teenager then, though. What I'm saying is that
You weren't a
You wasn't
teenager in the
when
90s?
Jeremiah was a teenager?
I didn't have a way to get. Listen, I got my license in 1998, y'all. That was the end of the 90s.
Wait, the Pretty Boy Gang didn't have no like way to get to these songs?
Nobody had
That's
a
what you're
vehicle?
telling me?
Y'all
Y'all
were
have
the
no
Pretty
access?
Broke
The
Gang
whole Pretty
boys.
Boy Gang had no access. That's what you're telling me. Y'all couldn't put no strings? Okay.
All right, man. Let's get back into it.
Oh, go by that no more.
The Pretty Boy Gang.
You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah.
And it was the Pretty Boy clique, not gang.
Let's go. What's going on, TRACKSTARZ family? We have just started something brand new called the TRACKSTARZ Investment Group. And we are really, really excited and determined to make sure that we help creatives, artists, entrepreneurs become financially independent. One of those ways is our new sponsor, Webull, Webull. Webull is an investment app that you can download right now for free. The awesome part about it is Webull doesn't spend any money on advertising. They do it all through network marketing, word of mouth, right? So what they do as an incentive is they'll give you a free stock when you sign up. So absolutely no money involved. You download the app, you get a free stock. When you put money into your account, you get a free stock. When you share it with your friends, you get a free stock. It's an awesome opportunity if you have no money and you want to build up some income really quickly. You lost your job because of coronavirus or whatever. Jump on this Webull app. Go to trackstars.com/Webull, WEBULL, and sign up right now. It helps us. It helps you. It's an amazing opportunity. Join it right now.
Yo, what's going on, TRACKSTARZ universe? It's your man, Ryan Righteous. I need you to do me a huge, huge favor. I need you to pull out that resource you have, your iPhone, your Android, and I need you to download the TRACKSTARZ app today. Make sure you go to the iOS store on Apple or Google Play for Android. Download our app. There's so many great things you can do on it. You can listen to music. You can listen to the podcast. You can find out new information about TRACKSTARZ. You can get merch. You can get that TRACKSTARZ t-shirt you always been wanting to get. So make sure you go and download our app today, all right?
You're in the field with the TRACKSTARZ, running with the TRACKSTARZ, tracking with the TRACKSTARZ, in the TRACKSTARZ universe. Ooh, 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 stay on track with us.
Y'all know what time it is. Ryan Righteous, DJ Jeremiah, Sean Tanner. Time it is. Y'all know what time it is. It's the field boys. You in the field, boy. It's the field boys. You in the field, boy. You tuned in and locked. TRACKSTARZ. We beating on your block. TRACKSTARZ, yeah. I'm repping the most high king like mama, I made it. TRACKSTARZ bringing the real, you love it or hate it. Line for line with the kingdom, the secular faded.
What's happening? This your man Brinson, God Chasers Entertainment. Buckle your seatbelts for line. Vote Christian though. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the field with the TRACKSTARZ, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah was good.
Ryan, you're on,
He's still messed up. Yo, stop watching the video, yo.
I just read
Close
the
it.
2 Live Crew lyrics.
Flee from temptation.
I just read the 2 Live Crew lyrics trying to prove myself wrong, and I don't think I can.
Because you're wrong. The 90s were the worst decade of nasty lyrics ever.
Hey, man, I don't like to be right, man, but when I am, it's often.
Yo,
Yeah.
somebody's parents, some generation of parents have failed us. We need to figure out what generation that is and blame them for it, because they need to be held accountable. For all things TRACKSTARZ, make sure you go to trackstarzz.com. Follow us on Instagram, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're looking for good, clean music, check out FMG. I don't know y'all's website. What's y'all's website? FMG MP3.
Coming soon.
We got the worship and praise coming soon. The remix.
check out Wonder Years. Check out Beyond Belief. Check out The Principle if you want some good music with clean lyrics.
Don't listen to Bad Boy.
All right, man. This is Line for Line time. We are doing 2020 XXL freshman versus 2020 Rapzilla freshman. There's only 7 slots. So we did leave off some freshmen from both camps. So this should be good, man. It should be fun. If we left off anybody, just know we still have some people already had their line for lines, like Jay Crum had his line for line, Hovey had a line for line already. Paul Russell had his own line for line, so that'd be good. And on their side, Jack Harlow had his own line for line too. So just be on the lookout. We're gonna do some more line for line with some of these freshmen. Honestly, freshmen from both sides to do their own line for line. So all right, man, let's get it going. The views and opinions of the TRACKSTARZ and TRACKSTARZ universe are not the views and opinions of the artist, the label, producer, and others. If you feel offended by this, please press stop right now. If you've never heard of the mainstream artist and then think about checking them out, this is not the purpose of it. You can stop that right now. We try not to do the same artists over and over. If you're a person who only listens to Christian artists, this ain't your cup of tea. We understand. You saw them dope topics. You've seen them noteworthy. You've seen them interviews we got. Go check those out right now. I highly recommend you. We're not copying any battle format we've been doing. This is the mid-2000s. These artists are not the Christian version of anybody. It's just a bit. All right. So we're going to start off with number 1. We'll start off with Little Key. She Know. Here we go. All right, that was Little Key. She know. This is am I saying his name right? Cena? Seni.
Like
Seni. Mob Safely. Here we go.
Probably still working on his days off. 6 train really body when it's on the ball. 4-7 legend, fall out in heaven. Watch your boy and your family and all your brother. Hey, hey. I put the next time that it rain, that it pour down, blessings. I know it's God's plan, but it's hard to understand it. I pray peace and comfort all over your family. We'll make sure your daughter knows all about her daddy. Yeah. Good thing about rain is what comes after the sunshine. You may be gone, but the memories won't die.
All right, that was Seni with Mob Safely versus Little Keed. She know. Who y'all going with?
Ryan.
Seni.
Rick.
Yeah, that's clear for me. Seni too.
Obvious Seni. What you got, Jeremiah?
Seni as well.
It's a wash.
It's 4-0. I don't think it really matters here. All right, so that is 1-0 going into round 2. We're gonna start off with round 2 with Cambion. This is called From the Pit. Here we go.
Was on the beaten path, got me out the gutter quick. My soul was under attack, then got it, the blood is thick. What a gift. Ain't no going back when you came up from out the pit. You took them lashes to the back, and now my savior covers sin. And God told me you go and rap, and I promise that they gon' feel it. So now we just lay the track, yeah, Hilgi and JP killed it. The realest, alright now. It's a battle that you can't win, ain't no way they gon' ban this. They ain't with it when can't spit, spread justice on my canvas. Still do it outlandish, when CHH with no brand switch. God told me I got you, dog. Anyway.
All right, that was Cambion From the Pit. This is NL Chopper. Walk 'em down.
Walk 'em down. Walk down on them in Balenciaga Ronald. My blood sliming nigga out just like an anaconda. You go against me, then you just like a used condom. I roll them up and then I smoke them like some good guns. Hey, still doing drive-bys, but I wanna walk them. If I can't find them, you know I'm gonna stalk them. Cause they tape up on the scene, I had to white talk them. Running from my gun, but my bullets had to hold them. Posted in front of the tribe, selling dope till the sun come down.
All right, that was NLE Chopper. Walk 'em down versus Cambion From the Pit. Who y'all going with?
Ryan.
Number 1.
Number 1 was Cambion. Okay.
Rick.
I'm going Cambion too.
I'm gonna go Camban.
Camban.
Kamban.
Cambion. I guess I messed up. I'm sorry. I'll go with him too.
I'm gonna put this out there. For my mainstream rapper friends, talking about guns is starting to sound like old Christian hip hop artists talking about demons. Getting a little bit old. And a little bit old. Back in the early 2000s, all we heard was Chris, demon. I'm gonna shoot this demon in the face and da da da. And it was like, come on, bro. That's
kick
just,
a demon in the mouth with it.
I got my Bible sideways on that demon.
It got really old really fast, and I'm starting to feel like them talking about shooting, and it's getting old.
That has been old. I mean, that's kind of why I stopped listening to battle rap. Like,
get more creative. Yeah. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
All right, it's 2-0 Rapzilla. We're about to start off with round 3. We're gonna go with Polo G. Go Stupid. Here we go.
Class used to stare at the clock. Before all this rap, I was gang banging and doing high speeds on the cottage. And I'm straight from the shop, but I ball like a king up in Cali and shoot like Stojakovic. Keep applying that pressure, I go on the run. It ain't no letting up, ain't no stopping it. Had to tell my little brother to chill, gotta stay in the house, come outside, he be popping. You ain't heard about us? Well, you need to go watch the news. Know we be dropping. Got the feds on my in the hood, cause they think I'm the one who been banning them Glocks and I'm just focused on music. They say my last tape was a classic, but I got some hottest. Might be rocking the show, or if I'm not up in the studio, I'm fucking this cash off. Don't you know Polo G skinny tall?
All right, Polo G, Go Stupid. This is Zay Hill Situations. Here we go.
Cause that person had me lit, been through the fire and I was gold for my kids. Yeah, I hear them talking, but them words ain't got no sting. Wanna ball forever, so I'm standing like Kareem. Pistol at my head, but I got power on my knees. Turn my words into action, so the mic I had it sing. Told my brothers turn me up when all that hating had me down. Situations to my neck, but it ain't never touched my crown. Yeah, I've been on my side, so I've been scoring out of bounds. Yeah, the Father fight my battle, so I'm never backing down. Yeah.
All right, that was Zay Hill Situations versus Polo G Go Stupid. Who y'all going with?
Ryan.
Zay Hill.
Rick.
I gotta run with Polo G, man. Just sound cleaner. And I struggled a little bit to hear Zay Hill on that one. So I'm gonna go with Polo G, man.
Yeah. I love Zay Hill, but for this song matchup, I gotta go Polo G.
Polo.
Jeremiah.
I am going to go with Polo G too. Shout out to Zay Hill, the hardest working man in battle, Christian.
No, Zay Hill is a beast.
Yeah.
But Polo G got
Polo
that
G
one.
online. Here come the comeback, man. Let's see. All right, so that is a 4-1 round for XXL. So it's 2-1 going into the round 4. And here we go. Round 4. We're gonna start off. Give it up for the ladies. We're gonna start off with Chica, the song's about you. Here we go.
Not too shabby for an Alabama. For getting rich, I got respect from heavy hitters and did it without a disc. And I came to deliver. I'm all for Twitter. And in your speakers, we gon' see who really f***ing with her. Man, I can't wait to see the judge drop collectively. When these songs drop notorious with the art pop one with a picture. And I know ain't got no hourglass figure, but I can get smaller while my pockets getting bigger. They worry about me and now who out with they nigga. They break their own heart and now they winding up bitter. And now they
All right, that was Chica, Songs About You. This is AI The Anomaly, Don't Fail Me.
Divorces at a high rate, get together just to migrate. High stakes. Many couples lose faith in the mind state. That's why we keep a circle round, got the ring game. It's a whole lot of chasing this. Stay away from face painters. That's fake. And tell me what's your foundation? Is that safe? Either sand or your pavement. Which way? Gotta hustle for the change in you. Give space. This is God in the church, ain't it? So don't play. Better keep up the pace in this win race. Not many have been made for this. Some say this the
All right, that was AI The Anomaly, Don't Fail Me versus Chica, Songs About You. Who y'all going with?
Ryan.
Yeah, man. Thank God for Christian hip hop, man. AI. That's classic.
All right, what you got, Rick?
Look, I'm a super big AI fan, man. One of my favorite songs, Miss Me With That. She's a phenomenal artist, but I'm gonna have to go Chica on this one.
You always set people up and then just snatch it right back from them.
You can
sandwich. You didn't see the subway? You see the subway?
I heard the setup coming. I can see it in his face.
All I'm saying, no, real talk. I mean, look, love AI, but that Chica joint, that hit, that was good. I'm gonna go with Chica on this one.
Yeah, I might have to echo that. AI is one of my favorites as well. But AI knows that. I love AI. But
yeah, I love AI too.
I think the Chica song just sounded a little better on this matchup. So I got Chica. What you got?
I am going with Chica too. I actually think her flow was good.
Oh wow, Chica pulled it out.
And AI was dope. AI is the first lady of God Over Money.
Your sandwich,
your
sandwich ain't got no top on it.
It don't. All right, 3-2.
You gave her a pizza.
Just happens.
I gave her one of them old school pizzas with them squares. All right, so that goes 3-2 for Chica, and that is round 4, which comes to 2-2. About to go to round 5. AI won online as well. So this is round 5. We're gonna start off. Who did we start? Okay, we're gonna start off with Mouse Minute, Pluto.
Going at high speed, I told him I'm high P. I'm closer to my dream, no longer just sightsee. I'm colder than icy, come over, you might freeze. I'm glowing, I'm lighting up everything I see. It's doors on my beats, cars on my streets, with 4 or 5 seats, 2 doors for high things. Blast off, I know you wish you had this first. No cap, like we in a Baptist church. I be on the move now. Don't get it confused, I stir up the crew now. Scooping wicked view up, I'm in the A-town. Telling all my dudes that we had his face bound.
All right, that was Mouse Minute, Pluto. This is 24K Golden, Mood.
So why you trying to pay your love on the regular? When you could be blowing up just with cellular. I will never let a shorty go and set me up. Only thing I need to know is if you're there enough. I'm talking slick back, kick back, gang sipping 40s. You keep playing another day with your shorty. Mismatch, that was wet before you know me. Got a lot of love, but you better save it for me. We play games of love to avoid the depression. We
All right, that was 24K Golden Mood versus Miles Minnick Pluto. Who y'all going with?
Ryan.
I was thinking about a toss, but I don't know. I like Miles's flow in that Pluto. So I go Miles on that. I'll take Miles Minnick.
I gotta go based on context clues to figure out who the Christian is here, and I think it's Miles. Is Miles the Christian?
No, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
No, I'm not. I don't want confirmation on that. What I'm saying is that I'm going with Miles.
Okay.
I thought it was
The secular person.
No, I didn't think it was secular. I just thought it was better, like out of the two. But the other one, right, 24K, the Mood or whatever, that joint was good too. This is where I would toss if I were going to toss, because they were so closely matched. But I'm gonna go with Pluto on this one.
Sure.
Yes, same here. I got Miles Minnick on this one. It was close. It was really close. But the other song, it sounded clean, but it didn't grab me the way it needed to steal the vote. So I got Pluto.
I'm going with Pluto as well. I like the other one though. 24K. He is very good. Very good. I honestly, we after the round 6, because it's 3-2. I would like to ask y'all a question. I'll get to it later, but yeah.
24K sound more like a matchup with 1K few more so than Miles Minnick, in my opinion. I get what you did with the song though.
Yeah.
But the vibe gave me a 1K few vibe.
And 1K is on Pluto.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right. So that was a round for Miles Minnick. So it's now 3-2 going into round 6. So we're gonna start it off with Rod Wave. It's called Rags to Riches. Here we go.
Project fences to live in luxury. Now we live luxury. Straight out that bottom, nobody gave nothing to me. Be careful while fucking with me. All of my little brothers body, they cutting for me. Yeah, they gon' cut you for me. Lay in the cut with them cutters and cut you for free. Say she in love with me, but say you love, I just want your company. I fall in the club for free. I get my daps in them husband the ones for me. Cause that type of shit don't phase a player. This type of shit is what make a
All right, that was Rod Wave, Rags to Riches. This is Nick D, Mood. Here we go.
I've been dropping songs twice a month. Still not feeling like I write enough to keep the peace. I just keep releasing. Look, another beat is gonna bite the dust. This practice. If I wanna do it, I just do it. Yeah, I do it, I imagine. Stay thrifty. Whole fit from the watch to the ring. I just cop anything. What you know about fashion? No khakis, I ain't never slacking. Everybody wanna get it fast, it ain't lasting. I'm the turtle of the race, you the rabbit. You end up getting past in the Aston. Oof, who gassed them? They telling me I'm gonna blow a gasket. I don't remember asking. Tell them that it's passion.
All right, that was Nick D, Mood versus Rod Wave's Rags to Riches. Who y'all going with?
Yeah, I actually thought this was gonna be a full. I thought this was gonna be like a 100% me voting Christian this time. A little bit because I'm mad about what I heard earlier, as well. But the Rags to Riches is like the song that our mentor plays with the 4X all the time. So I'm gonna go Rags to Riches. I liked it better.
Rick,
hear it a lot.
I'm gonna go with Nick D. I'm going Nick D on that one. I thought it was pretty clear. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty clear win.
Because it was. The Nick D song was way better than the Rags to Riches. It shouldn't even been in this competition. You know what I'm noticing? These young kids, when they go searching for beats on like SoundClick, they like picking the R&B tracks and then just putting 808s on them. That sounds like an R&B song. Like typically would have been an R&B song that he just started rapping over. Yeah. I'm hearing that a lot.
They don't do SoundClick no more, Sean. They do YouTube.
However, but it sounds like R&B beats, like some a singer would normally use.
Beats today.
They're picking songs singers would normally choose, and they're just thickening up the 808. That's what it sounds like to me. I got Nick D.
Number 2 online.
Nick D.
Yeah, it was clear, man. Nick D song was way better.
I like actually they're both vibey. But I think Nick D did have the edge, so I'm gonna go with him.
Nick D sound like Marty to me.
So number 2 online, which was Nick D. That goes 4-1, with the final score being 4-2. Rapzilla as 1 So shout out to them. Also, shout out to Xavier Sorrow. He was a freshman as well for Rapzilla, who's on the chat right now. He has a dope project out called Cloutville with Linga, the boss, which is a fire joint. Go pick that joint up. Oh, so this is what I was gonna ask y'all. Some of these people I've never heard before, and they got platinum plaques. They got like Polo G has multi-platinum track, like singles. 24K got one. Like Rod Ray, like some of these people we never heard of got it. And like me and Maya was talking about this, and she was like, we gotta try to figure out how is that happening. Because like they're getting like gold, like I think Polo G has like he has a 2 times platinum single. Like they got singles, not albums, but platinum singles.
Playlists.
That's it?
Yeah. You get on those playlists, you're gonna get in rotation. I mean, that's the new rotation. Like,
no, but I mean, we know about Rap Caviar, we know about other playlists, but what I'm saying is, just because you're on a playlist doesn't mean somebody's buying.
They don't have to. The playlist spins count.
Really?
Of course they do.
As platinum?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know they. I just thought I know they stream stuff and they have like million. Like some of these cats got like 200 million views on. Music. 200 million streams. So I didn't know if they counted those as like, you a sell. So I'm guessing now they do. So
yes, they do.
Well, has there ever been a person on? I mean, I guess there were a couple of people on these. Not on the Rapzilla list, because I know those. I know we normally get stars from those lists. But on the other side, man, some of these lists have been questionable. Like these freshman lists have been a little bit questionable. I thought Chica was probably the best one on this list, and possibly Polo G. But outside of that, I didn't go through this list like, wow, I can't wait for the future.
Well,
so bright.
Well, also Mulatto was on this list too, and we're gonna do her line for line by herself though. So that's the only person that I knew clearly, besides other people.
You talking about Miss Mulatto?
Yeah, she's Mulatto now.
Hit her up her dad and say, hey, we bring you on for that one.
I don't think she's managed by her father no more.
Okay, well, I'm sure he knows her.
I don't know these people.
You're not sure?
No.
Yo, I also want Sorrow, man, Xavier Sorrow. I actually found him. I didn't find him through Rapzilla, and I didn't even find him through TRACKSTARZ. I found him on Instagram. Like he was just posting this stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when I ran into I don't know, for some reason I decided to click and listen to his stuff, and I was thoroughly impressed. I became a fan of his just by following him on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I remember us talking about that at some point. Does it really work, right? When people actually do the self-promotion thing, do people actually find people like that? I do. I have in the past, and now that I whatever, I don't want to talk about that. But now that I have some type of situation I can get you involved in, what I like to do is just look for people who are really grinding on their own, who are doing their thing, right? And so doing your own promotion, running your stuff, that's a good look. And so, like I said, I found Xavier Sorrow like that, and I'm hoping in the future to find more artists, who are just out there grinding and doing their thing.
And Jack Harlow too was a freshman for XXL as well. That's popping right now. Like he's that what's popping song is like everywhere. So yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We got way more people today. Keep sharing it. Bring everybody with you. This is going to be an event every week. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for hanging out with us. You in the field with the TRACKSTARZ, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tan, the DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Kid Classic.
Yeah. Ride around the city with a brand new whip. Harley Goldfield got a brand new drip. Sack on the plate, Ray Lewis with the heat. Covered in the blood, turn boy with the stick. Turn me up, give me lit. Young boy looking fresh like a lick. Whole team running up with a click. Last leg better pass me the stick. Walk around town with a stick. Real fresh like it just bit a mint. On the block, tell them put down a brick. They don't know nothing else, hit licks. They say trapping ain't dead. Gotta get they family fed. Uncle used to move way at, now he dead. I call you professional capper. Need a Grammy for best internet rapper. Turn the beat up, do my dance as a slapper. Really, yes, I know some boys that'll clap you. Let it bang and come back like boomerang. You a killer on your records in the court.
courtroom, you gon' sing. Riding around the city with a brand new whip. Holy Ghost Field got a brand new drill. Sack on the plate, Ray Lewis with the hit. Covered in the blood, church boy with a stick. Stick, 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 stick. Hey, hey, stick, yeah, he lit. Hey, ride through the city looking like Rafiki. Duke walking around with a stick. Money getting long, looking like a dashiki. Down with my dogs like kids. 50 round, 100 round, yeah, you better run around. Dogs gon' sick like this. Yeah, I'm big as it get. You ain't no hitter, you miss. Ain't no bargaining. You can't come hard as this. On God, you stake. My dogs been eat. Can't touch this plate. We participate. Can tell you fake. We see you stake. You play, we Memphis. Stop the play. Ride around the city with a brand new whip. Holy Ghost Field got a brand new drill. Sack on the plate. Ray Lewis with the hit. Covered in the blood, church boy with a stick. Stick, 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 stick. Turn me up, give me lit. Young boy looking fresh like a lick. Whole team running up with a click. Last leg better pass me the stick. Stick, 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 stick. My man, on my block, that's a place you don't wanna go. Man, my dad some more gas in the corner store. Man, preach to the streets, yeah, I give them hope. You can't sell them no dreams cause they selling dope. I go dumb, I go foolish like Shawty Low. Jesus turned two fish to Papa though. Watch me shine in the field like I'm Julio. Got that stick, it ain't tuck for who want it though. Yeah.
Field with TRACKSTARZ right now. I had a blessed time. Hopefully you guys are listening. If you're not, then you're losing.